Hello, hello. Welcome to the thing I've been promising to do for a very long time, and my voice is cracking. I haven't even started drinking yet. Welcome to Cringemas in July, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have all the decorations out, but it is nice to have you here. I got my tie. I got my Santa tie on. So, if you're wondering what this is, I have been threatening for many years to do a rewatch of the 2016 holiday live stream live. And this will be on YouTube for those of you who want to continue to watch this after the fact. Welcome. So, I need to give you some background for this. So, 2016 is often seen as one of the worst years for Star Citizen leading into 2017. It was okay, and there was a lot of problems towards the end of it, and it led to the year without a patch, which apparently was 2017. So, to give you context, CIG used to do a live stream every December. They called it the holiday live stream. It was usually a time for them to do updates on Star Citizen and Squadron 42. That tradition stopped after this year. So this was so bad. This was such a disaster that they no longer do holiday live streams anymore. And I'm going to make sure to preface this. This was before they had a full media team. I don't know the full story behind it. Someone told me the story, and I told it to another CIG member who was there, and they said, no, that's not it at all. So I don't know the full story behind it, but I do know it is one of the most botched live streams I have ever seen from a professional company. This includes, don't you guys have phones? All right. Ziegenbach, by the way, is the drink today. Where's the tweet for the special occasion? I should probably tweet it out. You're right. Well, not tweet it out. Exit out. Oh, that's so bad. By the way, this is actually more entertaining. Me typing, you hearing me typing, is more entertaining than like 90% of that live stream. So you're welcome for this engaging entertainment beforehand. So I don't know. I don't think you were working with them back in 2016, C Daddy. This was bad. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's bad. This is the Star Wars Christmas special of Star Citizen. Yes, 100%. Happy Life Day, everybody. At least the Star Wars holiday special had some redeeming qualities. No one wants to remember this. But yes, I watched it. Okay, I watched it live. But I'm of the opinion that we need to remember our history, good and bad. That's the historian in me. And if you can't look back and laugh at the shit that happened in the past, then I don't think you I don't think you really deserve to like really appreciate what's going on now. You have to kind of remember the bad stuff. And I'm very sad that CIG. This was so bad that they removed it from it. I think there's only 2 or 3 videos they've ever removed from their YouTube. And this is one of them. Hold on. Zero is saying that is like this strange obsession with mechs and games. I love mecha. Fight me, Zero. Mecha is one of my favorite things of all time. Giant fighting, stomping robots. Come at me, bro. All right? Do not hate on my fetish, please. Oh, come on, it can't be. OC Mersh. Oh. All right. We got this going. Delete a bunch of stuff that I... All right. So, Code Geass fan. You know, honestly, Code Geass is one of the few mechas I wasn't a big fan of. I understand why people liked it. I just never got into it. Yes, I'm going to be playing Armored Core on my stream. All right. So, we're going to watch through this. To give you context, it is 2 hours and 41 minutes long. Matt Hatter, it will be available on YouTube after the fact. So if you miss this, it's okay. But before we get started, I'd just like to remind people that we are sponsored by Factor. Thank you to Factor for streaming for the stream. If you want to be able to if you're too exhausted and tired at the end of the day, and you find it hard to make time and effort to produce, like to cook meals, but you want to eat right, you don't want to go out and eat all the time, or you don't want to, like, you keep forgetting to bring your lunch, and so you have to go out and eat. Factor is a great service that you can get meals pre-prepared, ready for you, sent to you weekly. You just stick it in your fridge, pull it out, put it in your microwave, run it for 2 minutes, and you're done. It's good, and the meals are really good. They're filling, they're tasty. There's a good variety of them. And if you sign up for Factor for the first time with my code in chat, !Factor to get that, then you can get 50% off of your first box. So thank you again for sponsoring that. All right. Here it goes, y'all. Here it goes. We've been streaming for about 13, 14 minutes. We're going to bring this up. Good luck. I'm going to try to pause as minimal as possible because others would be here for 7 hours. Already hot micing.
Woolen blankets are awesome. I mean, you know, it looks so India. It looks so Sri Lanka.
Which woolen blankets?
These.
Oh. Oh, they're just...
This isn't hot mic. This is discussion of blanket tech. I'm not fast forwarding through this. I'm just going to let it go through. There's no music. There's no mic. There's no explanation. It was just this. I would say a drinking game where you have to take a drink every time something... every time you're you see you see the cringe, but you would literally die if you did that. You would, if you were just drinking water, you would die of water poisoning. It's that bad. No hot micing though. They did. It was very beginning of the video. They were talking about blankets. It's been 2 minutes, by the way. This is the authentic experience. There we go. Look at that green screen. Look at that green screen. Out of focus, overexposed.
Hi, and welcome to Star Citizen's Holiday Livestream. I'm Sandy Gardner, and
Audio out of
game
sync.
Director Chris Roberts. Love the new shirt.
Well,
You did
thank
wear
you.
it last time.
I did wear it last time. Happy holidays, everyone. This live stream has become a bit of a tradition for us. A chance to show
Not
off a
anymore.
few, end of the year surprises and tidbits.
It is, and as well as
I'm going to pause this right now and let you know. There are audio issues throughout this entire thing. So if you're like, Paul, turn up the volume, we can't hear you. That's not me. That's the fucking live stream.
as a great opportunity for our studios to let off a bit of steam after a year of hard work.
Yep, that's right. So we're going to settle which team is best once and for all with a friendly head-to-head competition between our Europe and American studios for the RSI Cup.
Very cool. And before that happens, there's plenty of behind-the-scenes exclusives to share, like the grand unveiling of the latest from MISC. And Chris and Tony will be discussing the most recent AI developments for Squadron 42 and the Persistent Universe.
Yeah, we'll be very short in our discussion of that. Not really. So first up, though, the dev team has been putting a ton of effort into expanding Star Citizen's gameplay with Alpha 2.6. Excited by the new content, a few of them have gotten together to show off what's possible once you get into the verse. To tell us more, here is Technical Director Sean Tracy.
Hi there, everyone. Happy holidays. I'm Sean Tracy, Technical Director of Content for
What?
Star Citizen. I don't have anything up on the teleprompter this time because if anybody saw the ATV where I hosted with Sandy, I'm not really good on a teleprompter. A little bit better speaking off the cuff. So what I wanted to talk to you about was a little bit of a capture that you got together with
Sean.
It kind of comes down to two different types of emergent gameplay. We've got intentional emergence, which is, you know, we've made the cargo bays on the ships big enough so that you can get another ship within it. And of course, we fix bugs and everything around that. So we expect that you guys do these kind of things. Of course, sometimes we don't expect that you kind of move the Merlin in such a way so that it can actually get inside some of these cargo bays. But then we also have these unintentional emergence. And one of those is, we've seen this a lot on the live streams, where the live streamers like to do something called the Big Benny's Run. So that's an example of sort of the unintentional emergence. So what we want to show you in this capture is all the things that can happen while you're playing in the verse, and all of the new stuff that comes along with 2.6. Now, before we go to that video, I want to make very sure to thank each one.
By the way, everyone was pissed when this came out. Like, after this happened, like, the entire community was absolutely livid about how bad this was.
One of the people that actually helped us with this, because it is a difficult thing when you're capturing 10 or 12 different players actually going through an actual gameplay scenario or anything like that. So big thanks to Andrew Hernando, Nighthawk, Colby Schneider, Vincent Sinatra, Stoutman, Eric Pietro, Billy Deltron, Jared Huckabee, of course, Tyler Tumbleson, Michael Blackard, and Jason Cobb. And finally,
God, all of those people are very old content creators, except for Jared. I think this is before Jared. This may have been the catalyst to actually hire Jared to be to do some of this stuff.
thanks a lot to Tyler Whitkin, who plays a big part in this video. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy, and enjoy the rest of the live stream, and happy holidays.
All right,
this.
guys, thanks for joining me. Who's online right now?
I am.
Pros here.
All right, I'm getting some armor. I need everybody to get set up, get your armor, get your weapons, and meet us down in the middle of ship selection, okay?
All right, you got it.
So this was all of the rage at the time during the mid 2010s, if y'all remember, where they would do like these faux like Let's Play with various. So this is their attempt at that.
Hey, Colby. Oh, dang, that's that new Star Marine armor, huh?
You like that?
Dude, that is. I'm still rocking the Odyssey armor. You know, I'm an old-fashioned guy.
That's good too.
Eric, what are you doing right now?
Oh, getting my armor.
Is it the new stuff?
Yeah. Star Marine
How's,
medium armor.
how's it look, man?
Looks great.
All right, we'll meet you out front, Garrity. Oh, that is nice.
You know this was played on on a closed server because the frame rate's too fucking high.
What emote here? What emote is that right there? I don't know what emote that is. So let's go pick Michael up. Let's go pick Michael up. Hey.
Oh yeah, this is also back in the day. The original idea was that you would carry your gun like a sling, like the 3-point slings that were around. You would carry them like that. So.
Hey, Michael, we're coming for you. Where you at?
I'm buying a gun.
All right, well, we're right outside Livefire. We'll meet you outside.
I'm arguing with this merchant over here because he sold me this gun and it was defective. So now I'm trying to convince him to give me a new weapon, but he's not. He's being a jerk. No, he's not even talking to me either.
You know that's an NPC, right?
What?
All right.
Come on.
So guys, what happened last night? I'm talking to Tyler. You know, I'm bragging about our collection because we've been building up quite a collection aboard my Caterpillar, and he's like, "Well, quite a collection. Well, why don't I come and take it?" And I said, "Well, maybe you should." And he said, "Well, maybe I will." And so now we've agreed to meet up at Kovalex and fight over it. So
we're gonna kill him, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But I'm gonna need you guys to pick up escorts.
Selection confirmed. Your ship is currently being delivered to the launch platform.
So obviously I'm flying the Caterpillar. One of you, Colby, what are you gonna fly?
Valiant.
Valiant. How about you, Michael?
I'm gonna go with the Renegade.
Renegade.
Use.
The blue. I'm in love with the blue.
Nice. How about you, Eric?
The Vanguard Hoplite.
Also, I already talked to Randy. He's going to bring some mercenaries for us. So Randy's going to hook us up. They're going to ride shotgun in my Caterpillar here.
Sure about that?
Well, just in case he gets past you guys. Dude, have you guys seen the Caterpillar yet? I mean, it's probably my favorite ship. I'm not gonna.
I think this was just before the Caterpillar or right after the Caterpillar was released.
I know I sound like a salesperson here, but I mean, I'm a fan of those Philip K. Dick, used futures. The Caterpillar looks lived in. It's a ship after my own heart.
Ooh, there's my big blue.
I think the Valiants. Look at that. Oh, so nice.
These are all recently.
Something a little better.
Yes, and that is how you used to equip. That is how you used to equip, or at least this was like a. You're supposed to do this in the hangar, but they get hacked it in for this one.
Getting my ship too.
I'm also getting my ship. It's about time.
All right.
These guys.
My friends.
All right, guys, watch this takeoff. Ready? I'm doing this takeoff.
Is he gonna crash it?
Here we go. Let's see if I can do
Don't
this.
crash it again, Jared.
No, I've done this successfully no times, but I feel confident about this time.
Whoa,
Come on,
that's-
come on.
That's pretty cool.
That's quite a takeoff.
See?
Dude, I did it.
There we go.
I'm proud of you.
So let's quantum to Astro 262 and then jump from there to
Oh, you get to see Astro.
Roger.
Sounds good.
Should be clear sailing from here.
All right, gents, who's online?
I'm online.
All right, listen, I was talking to Jared yesterday, and he's claiming he's got a Caterpillar filled with loot. To be completely honest with you, I think he's full of shit, but I don't care either way, because I think it's an opportunity for us to kick some ass. What do you say?
Hell yeah.
I'm down. Bust up,
A
Jared.
young Tyler.
All right, get geared up. Meet me at the bar.
No problem. I'm already down here. I'm arguing with some Rangers fan.
You're always getting fights, guys.
All right, stop messing around, guys.
All right.
Let's get
I'm
going.
coming.
So, what's the thing about Jared?
So he's got a Caterpillar. He claims it's filled with loot. I don't really know if that's true, but I don't really...
Yeah, this was just before that, because 3.0 brought out, they did definitely drop, like, boxes in 3.0, and then they stopped that because it ruined server performance. So, but this was like a year before that.
Care.
But they didn't have, like, loot boxes, no.
New armor here.
So we should blow it up.
Go with the heavy.
Well, we could blow it up, but that seems a little bit too easy. Wouldn't it be a little more...
Buy ammo crate. Oh, the old AT4
I mean, the guy's
and
been
Devastator.
bragging about his Caterpillar all week. Claims it's filled with loot, so we'll find out. But I mean, honestly, if it's not, it's a good opportunity to shame him. What do you say?
Let's do it.
So loot or no loot?
What's up, guys?
Loot or no loot?
Slash
Let's
Lex.
just shame him.
Good. You put on some weight.
Hey, I am not fat.
All right, let's get geared up and head out. You guys coming?
All right, so what's the
All right,
details?
all right, coming. Just
All
give me
right,
a
I'm gonna
ship.
take the Cutlass. What are you guys flying?
I'm gonna grab the Comet.
I got the Wildfire.
I'm gonna take the Scout.
Let's do this.
Heavy armor, fast shit.
So I got a few recruits coming, guys. I don't want to spoil it quite yet, but let's just say there's a little bit of a Warlock surprise coming.
Interesting.
Are you guys ready?
Terribly
get out of here.
mysterious.
Let's roll.
I'm so
All right,
ready.
let's do this.
All right, move on
The
me.
old
Watch out for
Cutlass,
the
yeah.
asteroids.
The
Jeez,
old
you might want to
Cutlass.
take that advice yourself there, pal.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, guys, this is too
That was-
quiet.
that was
Tyler's going to
easy
be here any
enough.
minute. Michael, Colby,
Ready to
Eric,
go.
let's get
Hey
into
guys,
positions, man.
first we're in your voice channel, next we're in the Caterpillar.
Hey, buddy.
Let's scramble, everybody.
Move on me, move on me, move on me.
I am out of here before.
I've got the Valiant.
Surprise, mother!
What? What was that?
Engines are down.
man,
Take it out.
the Warlock. I'm down, guys. Cover me, please.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
Guys, I don't want to lose everything.
No.
I'm going for the
Guys
Caterpillar.
do not handle this.
Guys, focus on
Have you
red
guys done
one.
any
Get
of
it?
Hey, you
Hey,
did not
hey.
just say red one.
Stop shooting red
Hold on, I got this.
Red
Jared,
one, yeah.
Leave red one alone.
primary target right there.
That hurt.
Take them
I'm
out.
running out of guys to shoot.
Yes, fight around the station. Stop
not
fighting
good.
around my
Running out of
caterpillar.
people to shoot. They keep dying.
Yeah, shields are low, shields are low.
I got nobody to cover me.
Shields are low.
I'm taking crossfire.
Nobody's
I don't
covering
have-
me. I
I don't
guess
have
that's.
control.
Thanks,
Yo,
guys.
Andrew, check your six. Somebody save me.
Yeah, no.
Hey,
I think
hey,
I'm out of this
same
fight.
team here.
Stop fighting around.
Oh,
Easy, take
I
out
got
turrets.
this. Colby, that
This
was
is
the thing that
Kovlax.
hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Vince,
think I'm
I
done
told you,
for.
same team.
No,
Same team.
Vince,
I ran out of targets from the
Vince,
other team.
the
Vince,
double
turn it
agent.
off.
Same
You can't turn
team.
it off.
Yeah, you can
Shooting.
stop.
Oh,
I
just
know, I
keep
can
doing
wait.
it.
It's
Stop
okay, I'm
doing
with you.
that.
The
Vince,
scouts
Vince,
and
Vince,
Jared.
Vince.
Left.
Colby, are you down?
I'm already out.
Don't give him the
Eric,
stuff.
you
Nah, he's
down?
not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. I got
I
this.
got no help
Michael,
from
you
you
down?
guys.
Take out the
That's
engines.
What about the
All
Warlock?
right.
Can we get another one?
Oh, he's down. He's down.
This is part of a Death Trooper.
You're not gonna catch me.
No, you're not going anywhere.
You'll never catch me.
You got it, right? You know that?
Leave me alone.
Can't get away from us now.
I'm going. Whoa! I've lost control.
No, yeah, that's what
going on?
happens. You have
Jared
no
for you.
engines.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, my beautiful ship.
Yeah,
So much for the
buddy.
backup.
All right, boys, you ready to finish this?
Let's do
Nope,
this.
still respawning.
Shut up, newbie.
Maybe you should go get your eyes checked.
People just talk over each other. Yeah, well, this is entirely pre-recorded. Like, all of this was pre-recorded, so none of this is live or anything like that. This is a little skit.
Little death does you good.
Now, honestly, Jared, I think we're done, man. We're probably gonna log out for the night, but thanks for inviting us to this, man. It was a good time.
Tyler, I can see you guys flying over the cockpit of my ship.
Ah, you got us.
Listen, honestly, we
Yeah, we
just
probably
want to
should've
check out the
stood on the other
Caterpillar before
side.
we log off. The thing's sweet, man. You were right, totally.
Guys, I was full of crap. There's nothing on board. Go home. Go
That's
home,
okay.
everybody.
All right, let's get
It's not
real.
about
It
the
was
cargo.
never about the loot. It was about the justice. Get on bit two.
Ready?
To be fair,
Do this.
CIG employees do feel like that.
Sweep on in.
Yeah, stick close.
Check your corners.
Let's hold the door.
Ready?
Check your
Vince,
corners.
I hope you die.
Go ahead.
Moving
Follow you.
forward.
Follow you.
Looks clear so far.
Balcony on the right.
I got him.
Yep. Oh, there's two up there. There's two
Yeah,
of them
go
up
on
there.
the ladder. There's two by the ladder. Oh, I gotta step back. I gotta be there.
Come on now, let him have it. Shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him.
The
shoot
guy
him.
on the right is still up.
Somebody kill him.
Yeah, they meant to release this. This wasn't a mistake. This was intentional.
You guys should totally watch your back.
Jared, you asked for this.
To be fair, this was meant to show off the new camera system that they had developed for this patch.
I'm just saying, there's nothing you can say. You literally invited us.
Eat lead.
Let him out.
He's down.
Take
Save
him
your
out.
ammo. Stop.
All right,
stop,
right.
stop.
I think we got him.
Yeah, let's keep moving. Jared acting like he's got tricks up his sleeves. Hey, go ahead and move it.
2-6. This is 2-6.
Oh, shit.
Back up,
Wait,
back up,
it's an
back up,
ambush.
back up.
Step back. I got it.
And while it looks like they're stormtrooper aiming, I've played with enough CIG employees to know that's how they shoot. Come at me, all of you.
Catch. Oh, that got him.
Nice.
That got him. Sweet.
They're
Move on
both
in. Move
down.
on in.
Vinny, stay right there. All right, Vinny, go right.
This is the holiday live stream
All right,
2016.
going on
All gone.
Hey, Vinny, you find him first. Do me a favor. Teach him a lesson.
Oh, with pleasure. Hi, Jared.
Hey, Vince. Want to know what I think of you?
And that's what I think of you.
Did you get him?
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
Just forgive me. We were all just
Honestly,
babies.
I don't even care that the place is empty. I really don't. It
Yeah,
was
no, I'm
worth
not really
it
seeing
just to
anything.
get the kill.
It would have gone a lot faster if I was there.
This is honestly the best part of the 2016 live
What?
stream. This was
Eric,
honestly.
Did you collect like every Benny's in the verse?
This is honestly the best part of the entire live stream.
Hey, welcome back. So I hope your little trip in the verse with our community and team members was pretty exciting, pretty fun. I hope you saw some of the.
That was actually the best part of this live stream, and it was at least somewhat redeemable because it was cringe, but it was fun. It was them having fun, which is okay.
Some of the new features that are coming along with Star Marine, as well as benefiting the persistent universe. So one of the major things that we saw within there was some of the new character models. So these are some of the new character models coming online with Star Marine, the modular armor.
Yep, so we have our new light, medium Marines, so both of those.
Yep.
And then the cool thing about that is it's not just it's part of 2.6, but it's also going to be in Star Marine as well, where we're really focusing on those.
Okay, cool. What was some of the hardest things you think that came up while you guys were making these?
One thing that we started to do with them is, and you'll see this in Star Marine, is we actually swap all the heads.
Yeah.
And so this is kind of a preview of what we're going to be doing with character customization. So you'll be able to swap out your heads, you'll be able to swap out your armor, armor modularity, so you'll be able to put on different pieces from other ones.
Awesome.
The slavers actually...
Up to this point, you could only put on suits. So like every armor you had was a full suit. You would put on everything. You couldn't mix and match at all. So
the bad guys use bits of the Marine as well. So that's kind of peeking at how we're going to be able to mix and match between all our different kinds of armor.
Yeah, and we're in progress in the heavy Marine,
Yep.
right? And we got a bunch of other stuff, sort of the character pipeline's ramped up. We've gotten some really great new character artists on the team, so I think there's going to be some cool stuff coming down the road as well.
Progress, and I think we're all looking forward to. I mean, this is our first time for a little while putting new armors and new stuff in the PU. So now you have some new stuff in the shop, which is exciting.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be more of that.
Yeah, and it was a question mark whether we get rid of the old stuff, right?
Yeah.
But actually, it was I think a really good call from Chris. Is some of the people really like those old helmets. They like the I say old helmets. I mean they've only been around for a couple months, but
Well,
like the outlaw helmets and all the old ones. So I really wanted to just delete them all, put the new ones in. But
Well, I mean we'll definitely do with some of the old
you ask for Chris Hands, and Chris Hands shows up.
stuff. We'll go back and kind of done like we've done on ships, where we'll bring up the old
the
models
audio
to the
problems. Ow.
current standard.
That's
'cause we have
not
a
me.
complete
That's
new
them.
shader we use for the characters. It's more efficient, allows more flexibility, and we've also been sort of pushing the character fidelity in the modeling, so that's sort of really ramped up over this past year as we built the team up.
Yeah, we
and
want to bring
Josh
everything
has
up to the same level.
come aboard.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but we should we'll go back and sort of revisit some of the old outlaw stuff and bring them up to the current standard.
I mean, you can blame me for showing this to you, but the audio is entirely
It's
different.
just a matter of, they just need to come into 2016 and 17.
Yeah, exactly. And I think one of the good ththings to mention, just on the immersion and fidelity front, is that we're doing a lot of facial animation now, contextual based on the activity of the player, which is super cool. It was something that I saw a long time ago in Battlefield. They kind of had one or two. They had little idle, and then when you fired, he would just get all angry. But we've got a lot more kind of emotional states within there, right? We've got some injured states now. We've got sleeping. We've got, now when the guys die, they actually close their eyes, and you can check some other games because not every game does that.
Right.
So I think it's exciting to be contextual based on.
And we're going to push it further. And I think it's going to lay the groundwork for some stuff that we'll
Camera
show
one.
next year that's
There we go.
going to be very cool.
Yeah.
We'll tease you, but we're all quite excited. But we're sort of building all in the ability to have the faces. We've talked about the character and sort of facial tech and the ability to have a unified rig, so you can have all these different faces and drive it from one rig.
Yeah, and this is always
and
what we
it'll be
said would be that first step of selecting the face. So you would just get your facial selection first, and then once we want to get a little crazier with it, we'll end up putting the customization and everything on top of that, which is
And then,
again, very
the other thing in what we just saw, which is I find kind of great, is some of the new ships, right? The Caterpillar.
Yeah, absolutely.
Elwin and his team did an amazing job building that out. I mean, that's the stuff.
Elwin did the Caterpillar? That's impressive. Elwin's the guy who's in charge of the ship teams in the US now. I think he's like I think John Crew is overall, but like something like John Crew in the US. And at this point, Elwin had was one of the finalists, or one of the I think it was one of the finalists, one of the competitors in the Next Great Starship competition. I didn't know he did the Caterpillar too.
Starfarer previously was sort of our biggest ship. I think volume-wise, the Starfarer and the Caterpillar probably match each other, but the Caterpillar is a much longer ship. Yeah. It's also more a sort of straight-up cargo ship with the cargo modules. And I'm actually kind of looking forward to, you already see some of the gameplay, but as we move towards 3.0, and we've talked about how we have atmosphere volumes, and so when you open up areas, if there'll be decompression, or if you blow through glass.
2016, ladies and gentlemen.
To do that,
2016.
we're also going to be setting up the stuff for the boarding, so security and boarding and stuff like that. So that's not in 2.6, but that is coming down the road. Definitely will be in 3.0. And you can sort of see the potential, right? Where you've got these huge ships that you can fly around on and run around and have FPS battles on, or as item 2.0 comes online properly, which again would be sort of a 3.0, you'll be able to run around and things will break and you'll have to fix them, replace fuses, replace power rods.
3.0
sort of try to sabotage things if you're boarding, if you're defending. You could probably shut down areas and do stuff like that. So there's just a lot.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts us. God damn, Chris. Shut the fuck up.
A lot of potential. So it's kind of cool to sort of see some of the
you can absolutely.
I'm so excited for 3.0,
even
right?
In the emergent gameplay capture that we just showed, we have a lot of FPS combat that happens inside that Caterpillar. But again, you could take just this 2 minutes of footage, put it in front of anybody, and they would be like, oh, they're inside an FPS level. But
it's its own level.
They're inside of a ship that's spinning around, that's been purchased from a station. It's just it's crazy. It's awesome.
And then the other thing I'd say is we have quite a lot of ships in 2.6. In fact, we have more ships in 2.6 than we were planning to do originally, because obviously 2.6 has taken a little longer, and because of that 3.0 is pushed out, and so things like the Caterpillar, things like the 85X are now in 2.6 where they weren't, which is also kind of cool. So there's actually quite a lot of
technically, yes, we're still in 3X
to enjoy. In fact, more than we were originally planning in 2.6 because the date shifted. So I think everyone's going to have fun with that. So
I think it'll be really fun.
But anyway, so thanks to Sean and Josh and to all the team members who happened to fly around Crusader to help us do that piece. But enough from us, devs. We tend to go on a bit. Let's turn to the community. Not only are they helping to make the game, they're also making a ton of amazing content themselves. These past few weeks, the Evocati have not only been testing 2.6, they've been capturing some awesome footage along the way. So let's take a look at some of it. Here we go.
Awesome. That's good.
Well done.
Hot miking. I like how most of this is just a ska. That's more like the frame rate I'm used to.
hostiles. We need assistance, please.
Hey! The old rescue mission.
I need you on shield now. Launch power in less than 3. 6 on. Not gonna die. Come on.
Those are real bad.
Target eliminated. Incoming. Multiple contacts. Incoming. Time for us to continue. Target down. Target eliminated. 10-1. Here's where we make our last stand.
Distress Bacon. Yes. This fan-made machinima was better. To be fair, most of those voices are in-game voices. A lot of that was sound clips from missions that you could play. Like that was a distress beacon that you could play. The one where she's just like thruster 6 is down, all that kind of stuff. Is you actually went out and got the black box and listened to the recording, and then after you did that, every so often you'd have a chance of spawning pirates or Vandal that will attack you.
Almost every day, someone on the team is sharing a link, being like, "Holy crap! Look what
yes!"
Yeah.
I can't believe I just said that.
Yeah,
It's on the teleprompter.
Yeah, the scissor reel we just featured from Mr. Haskaha. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right.
Haskaha.
Haskaha.
That's why it was so good.
Here we go.
Put holy crap in there. What?
You can still hear the audio. What?
In there.
What?
No pun intended.
Well, allowing people to create footage like this was part of the reason why we pushed so hard to get the new camera system into 2.6.
Yes!
Hey everyone, and happy holidays. We hope you're enjoying the stream so far. We want to hear from you, so please make sure to tag us on social media. Use the hashtag #IntoTheVerse. Additionally, I would be filled with regret if we didn't take the opportunity to give an MVP out this week. So I want to give.
So I actually heard this from Tyler. They told him to do an MVP, and he didn't, or they cut to him and he didn't know exactly what to do because there was nothing on the teleprompter, and so he just came up with an MVP on the spot to try to cover for this. Like, Tyler's a goddamn goat from this one. It's like the best parts about this are the stuff that the community made, the cringe gameplay, and then Tyler and Jared.
I give a huge congratulations to Terralion for his extraordinary efforts in creating the Star Citizen fan video, Combined Arms, The Fleet Arrives. Additionally, I have to give a shout out to all the Bar Citizen viewing parties that are going on around the world today. If you don't know what Bar Citizen is, make sure to head over to barcitizen.sc to find out if there's an event in your area. Other than that, let's hop over to Ben Lesnick to talk about ships.
Oh, go! Move it up! I'm out! Cover me! Top side, shooter on the top floor! See you. Great shot! Grab that cover, Corporal. I want you to dig your heels in here and hold. You got it!
Oh my fucking god! That was a clip from the Combined Arms fucking video. Oh, you can't hear him. Oh god, watch your ears.
Hey everybody, it's good to see you all again.
Fucking shit.
you're going to see in a short little while now we have a new concept ship we're going to be revealing. I don't want to spoil it yet. But it can't MISC.
Can't MISC. I love Ben.
It's really cool.
It's important to note that like none of the people who are in front of the screen are responsible for any of this. It was all behind the scenes screw ups, and so everyone's confused with what's going on.
More very soon, and that will be available on the website shortly. We also have a number of packages, different ships available for you. Including some that were inspired by the community. We've had everybody saying, "Oh, we want the pirate pack, we want the Armada pack." So we're going to have those for the holidays. You're also going to have a focus on introducing new players to Star Citizen with Aurora and MANCHACA starter packs discounted every day through the 26th. They will be $35, and there'll be 1,500 each every day. If you have someone you would like to introduce to Star Citizen, please pick one up. It's the best way to get the game. You need nothing else to play.
Yeah, her mic is still on.
We also have all the ships for 2.6 available again. That's 2.6 will be going
Scary.
live in the very near future. So we've got the Caterpillar and the Herald, the various variants. They're all going to be flyable really, really soon. We're really proud of the work that's done on these.
You can hear them mumbling in the background.
In fact, we put together a cool brochure. This is the most brochures we've ever done. We've got a brochure for the new concept ship. We've got a brochure from FTL Communications for the Herald, which is one of our numerous companies. And then we have another brochure for the Caterpillar, which is my favorite brochure. How things work, but for one of Star Citizen ships. Those will all be available from now until the week following 2.6 launches. So everybody can get a chance to pick one up. There's also going to be a whole mess of new items in the Warrior Direct store for 2.6. Including new missile racks and a couple of new guns. So lots of new ways to equip your ships. And last but not least, we have one exciting announcement for 2.6. If anybody remembers back when we did we released the Glaive, you would have to finish the Vandal Swarm to earn a badge to get a Glaive. We are doing that again, and we're doubling up. We're bringing back the Glaive for the new Vandal Swarm. You'll need to earn the Glaive badge in order to have access to that. And then we're also doing...
Yeah, his necklace is a Wing Commander thing. It's from the Wing Commander movie.
Have access to, in the story, the Caterpillar.
Hi, I just wanted to ask, when's the Complete History Part 4 coming? Probably not until August at this point. I've still got to get through a lot of it and finish it up. So it's going to be a while, Johan.
New, very good Caterpillar, pirate variant of the Caterpillar. So lots of cool stuff on the website, and check it out. It's all up there now.
Some very cool information, Ben. Thanks very much. And it'll be interesting to see how the Vandal fare against pilots with the new flight balance changes.
Yeah, well, we're going to learn a lot from Marina Commander in 2.6, especially Pirate Swarm, since it's allowing the AI team to start testing different pilot profiles outside the aggressive Vandal. How will the AI fly when they're in a faster ship?
Is it a prop?
It
probably is.
Weapons? It's going to be a great test bed, and hopefully a lot of fun in the process.
And the badges and Outlaw Caterpillar skin that Alwyn created will be a great way for players to show off their mastery.
Yep, there you go. All right, so coming up, we have even more ships for you with the debut of brand new craft from MISC. Let's take a look.
Gotta love it.
The initial brief for the Razor. So this is quite an exciting vehicle. This is the
sad now.
Ship that we've had the chance to work on.
All Jones.
This is meant to be a manufacturer MISC, and this is their entry into providing a competitor, providing a ship that will, be a top contender for the Murray Cup and racing, in Star Citizen.
MISC is all about flowy shapes and power, but also like high tech with the incorporation of Jean tech. So first of all,
if you hear the mic working, it's because it was pre-recorded.
And see what
so these are pre-recorded videos over the live stream.
And very early on,
anything that's the live stream
is for the bubbly sort of 50s Formula One style, but more really high tech, like incorporating the Jean tech into everything. So Formula One, that was just how we wanted to do it.
So for us, this is a really good opportunity to take styling from MISC ships. We've seen Starfarer, Freelancer, those are sort of quite bubbly, soft shapes, but with a Xi'an tech engine.
Most of the time that I spent these last 2 months designing this was actually on the main body and getting all the reflections to line up, and all the body work and the shapes to just flow, and it was quite the challenge. But again, in the end, it will look really awesome when it flies past you as it wins the Murray Cup in front of your face.
Styling is more of a hybrid. What we've done is, and with Chris's direction, we've pushed in this sort of Formula One direction, and then sort of added a sort of an additional layer of sort of splitters and spoiler tech, sort of like 3D printed, to give us some more interesting shapes.
The process on this was quite interesting because I really had to use all the software that I'm familiar with. So I used Photoshop for all the sketching. I started out with just 2D sketches for everything I did. Then I blocked it out in a program called Modo, which is standard polygonal modeling, just like Maya or Max. And then I really like the creativity that you get from it, but it doesn't give the super perfect smooth finish that you want of a Formula
I believe it
One
was
car.
Paul
So then I
Jones who
took
was
it
one
into
of
Fusion
it. So.
360, which is a program that is really similar to Autodesk Alias, which is used in the car manufacturing industry for years, and that really gives you the nice transitional smooth surfaces. So it's all modeled in NURBS and in CAD software, most of it. And then actually I took it back to Modo, and I finished modeling all the skirts and all the splitters in Modo. And then the funny thing is that the landing gear I actually did in SketchUp, because SketchUp for me is just easier to model, dynamic mechanical objects with that have to interact and move because of its really awesome grouping system. So yeah, I really had to pull everything together to make this design work, but in the end I think it really syncs. So
A good part of this process is that really ours is sort of the first stage. Once it goes to the ship production guys, then they can really start working in the detail, really sort of figuring out any areas that we may have left slightly vague just due to timescales.
I will tell you that the as it goes along, it gets better. They fix some of these issues, but this isn't as fun.
They really just sort of get to polish it up. I mean, fans are aware now of the sort of level of quality we can achieve, and that's down to those guys, and they'll really sort of take it to the next level.
It has been great seeing the evolution of the MISC design from the Freelancer to the Starfarer to the Reliant and now the Razor. A really great showcase of our new ship pipeline. Now, I just got word that Team Europe and Team USA are all ready to battle for the RSI Cup. But before the competition kicks off, senior producer Eric Karen Davis is going to be joined by Chris and Persistent Universe game director Tony Zurovec to discuss the latest on the game's AI. Eric.
Here goes.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the set. We've got Chris and Tony to talk about
No, I don't think anyone did.
Very exciting stuff. But first, happy holidays, season's greetings. Let's kick this thing off with some questions now that I have you two gentlemen together. The first question, we're going to just talk about subsumption. What is subsumption, and why is it so important for all the games, or portions of the games we're making?
Okay, well you should take that one, Tony.
Subsumption, it originally started out being a way to abstract a bunch of the low-level AI concepts such that the designers could much more rapidly create a wide diversity of different potential reactions, prioritize them, and things of that sort. It's evolved since into the solution by which we're going to tackle the mission system and allow for a lot of algorithmic content to be created. It's basically taken over the conversation system because we needed to be able to seamlessly merge all of the AI functionality, people searching for things, walking towards things, using things with the actual dialogue that they're going to be speaking, interacting with the player, etc. And so it's really turned into, I would say, over the course of the last 12, 18 months, it's grown into the back-end gameplay system with with which the designers are primarily going to interact in order to create all of the content for the game, the actual gameplay stuff.
That's very cool.
Yep.
Well,
yes,
I totally agree.
No, I was just saying, because it's one of the challenges that we have is that we have a wide range of needs, right? So we have what we need for Squadron 42, which is, we're trying to go for more sort of lifelike living their daily life aboard a space carrier AI, and we also have sort of mission needs that we have there. But then we have the online universe, Star Citizen, that has all those needs, plus we need it to be emergent, have them react to players and other AI. We need the missions themselves not just be single scripted ones, but be sort of pieces that could slot together in sort of smart different ways based on inputs and variables and what's happening around them. So you actually get the gameplay and the missions and the AI sort of reacting to what's happening in the universe and changing and adapting to that. So the player actions will have some impact on it, other AI actions will have some impact on it. So the idea is to have a system that can accommodate the needs of such a big sandbox, which is a multiplayer sandbox, as well as a sort of smaller single-player sandbox, which is pretty complicated. I think that there's not many games that try to do that kind of thing, and so that required a ground-up reconstruction of what we were doing for sort of AI emissions because it's very different.
Did I think that they may announce Squad 42 during this release? Or during this time? No, I didn't think they would. I was just more concerned about how badly everything was.
And then say what?
How at this point,
the engine that
the general tone of the community was show not tell, and a lot of this was just talking. So people like myself included, like this is just a lot of talking.
Using CryEngine really excels at, which is sort of these single player kind of experiences like a Crisis game and stuff. And so it's taken a lot of time. We have to make sure that it's also, and also when we build things, we build it in a way that will work for a long time, it's expandable, and also will work in an online multiplayer environment as well as a single player environment. So, we're lucky, Tony, I don't know if he mentioned this, but, one of his, he wrote the AI system on Ultima 7 many years ago, and he actually started as an AI engineer whenever that was back 25-6 years ago, and that's one of his loves. And so I think we're quite lucky to have Tony being the overall architect. We have a very big team outside of Tony also working and supporting, led by Francesca Riccucci in Frankfurt. But it's kind of cool because we're starting to see these things finally kind of come together, and I think it's going to pay off.
It's interesting because it's really not a new concept. It's basically an evolution of where at least I.
Darsh, was this when I won the booze from you, or was it was next year? It was 2017 that it happened, because this year was the year that by this time this had come out in December, the first week of December 2016. At this point, everyone knew, they're not going to release Squad 42 at the end of this year, but they hadn't made an announcement about it at all. So
I've been going with, a lot of these, things for many, many years over the course of many different products, and you've seen what worked, what didn't. And one of the problems that you inevitably run into is trying to distill a bunch of very technical concepts and a lot of back-end flexibility for algorithmic content and how to merge these pieces together and how to deal with schedules and how to link things up to the back-end economy and everything, and how to make that accessible so that the designers can actually achieve the intended effect without basically having to constantly fight the tools at every step of the way. And to me, that's one of the biggest conceptual differences, but when you look forward to what 3.0 is going to have versus what we've done thus far we've still relied very much for all the missions that we're doing upon a lot of what I would call old school concepts, very labor intensive, and those approaches work perfectly well when you're doing a single player game of a relatively limited scope. I mean, even Squadron 42 on the single player side is so large in its scope that it would really start to buckle under the pressure from trying to implement its content in such a limited way.
Well, we're trying to be very sandbox in Squadron. So, for instance, on a lot of the missions, there are more ways to tackle and approach and complete the mission than just one linear sort of playthrough path that you would get in a more traditional kind of linear shooter like a Call of Duty or something. It's more like, do you want to go in quietly? Do you want to stealth? Do you want to go?
So yeah, so like this is one of those. I keep telling people like that was the plan for Squadron 42, and this is I didn't even know that they talked about this again. This is that the design philosophy is that every level is a giant sandbox that you then have to choose your approach through it. If I remember correctly, there was when they did the briefing room. When they just showed off the station, the communication station, the reason why they showed off all of those parts of the station, why they were showing it off, people were like, it's just one station. It's like, that's one level. It's like an hour plus level that you can do multiple approaches through. So
going guns blazing. Do you want to use the systems of, say, the base that you're infiltrating against the people there? Are there other ways you're going to do it? And that's where item 2.0, that's where subsumption all sort of comes in, because it sort of creates emergent gameplay. And it really, between sort of what we're trying to do with item 2.0, and item 2.0 is really sort of a misnomer because it's sort of like the way all entities in the world operate, and they have this sort of functionality, and you'll be able to do things with them in a way that you haven't traditionally done in FPS games, more like a adventure or a puzzle game, and they're much more usable, the items, and picking up things, turning things on, putting batteries in to get them to work and stuff like that, combined with subsumption and the mission stuff, which is built to sort of be more
all
rule
fools,
sets that
honestly.
can deal with different scenarios or different actions that the players are doing and react to them.
A little bit better now. We understand more about how statue works.
It's just taking a bit longer to get that than you would do in the sort of more traditional, straightaway scripted way, but it's definitely, I think, worth the effort.
Well, and it sounds incredible, right? Like this is a massive part of what we need for everything we're making.
Yes.
So yeah, it takes time, right? Yeah, that's great. Well, so we've got a lot of questions. Obviously, I could get you guys in a room. We could talk for hours. But a question that was coming up as Tony started mentioning 3.0, right? That's the questions we're starting to get. What a good question was, what kind of work needs to be done to make Alpha 3.0 happen, right? That's the question everyone wants to know. What's left? I want it. Give it to me now.
3.0 wouldn't come out for a year after this. It took them a year to get 3.0 out.
So what do you guys see as what's really the next pieces to kind of make that thing come to life?
Well, there is quite a few foundational systems we have. I mean, obviously we're talking about subsumption and the mission side, which are two of the biggest ones.
Yeah.
And so, luckily Squadron and 3.0 are kind of aligned in both of those. And I think I talked a little bit about the newsletter that we just sent out this morning.
Don't pause and go read that yet. Save till you're done with us, and then go read it. But it's
there's a lot of like little detail stuff that besides sort of the big headline sort of profession stuff, there's things like you've got to okay, if we're going to have all the people running around this star system and we have these different landing areas, we have to take care of things like landing order, right? We need air traffic control, just like you do in a normal airport. So we have to go and write the logic that determines, how long you can land on a pad, what order you are in the queue. Then if someone decides they're not getting out of their ship in time, we've got to forcibly take them out of their ship and put their ship off in a hangar and open it up for someone else. There's things that in terms of we've talked about interdiction. So if we're going to have cargo and going from point A to point B, there needs to be some risk to that, which means someone's going to, if you're on a safe cargo run, perhaps you're going to get attacked by pirates. How do pirates stop you when you're in quantum drive? So all the, those things like, we're talking about, okay, we want pirates. Well, we need boarding and security. Now you can already fly, as you saw earlier in the show.
Yep.
You can sort of enter ships because there's no locks or anything. But that's, ultimately as we move to a proper economy, that's not so fun. So, we're going to have, and this is what item 2.0 is going to allow you, is you're going to be able to sort of lock down your ship and, so you can open up your doors or not. Then maybe if someone's boarding, they can try to hack the door, or maybe they can, just use an explosive charge to disable it and get in. Then if they do that, perhaps they'll decompress the inside of it. So all these things, we've been laying the core systems. Some of them are actually sitting in 2.6 but not fully utilized yet. But there's still game code that has to go on top to finish off this stuff. But those are an example of when we say, okay, we're going to have cargo, we're going to have piracy. I've just sort of talked about some details that we have to take care of to get you there. And I think that's generally people go, well, it takes a long time to get all this stuff done. And really kind of this sort of stuff is what takes the time, because the big high level stuff is obviously, I can understand. I need to create this landing area and this landing area and this landing area. But you also need to have, the ability to sort of take care of all the edge cases and details and stuff like that.
Well, I would just add that a big part of what
There's still an hour. There's still 2 hours after this right now.
Is to set up a lot of the foundational stuff, as Chris was just saying, such that going.
Anybody who pines for the days when this was what we got for ISC for 45 minutes, go fuck yourself. Holy shit, is this boring?
Forward, we're more iterating upon finished, bits and pieces of technology. And to give you some specific examples, there's, the service beacon system, which will debut with 3.0, which will allow players to start to satisfy requests from other players and to formulate contracts and get paid for that and be penalized if they do something improper according to reputation. And then there's the whole shop back end to where, you can actually go into stores right now and you can purchase things, but there are a lot of, things behind the scenes that are currently cheated, in the existing version that we're aiming to have wrapped up and done the proper way. And this involves everything from, shops already have a concept of inventory, but they don't have any sort of concept of, dynamic pricing. They don't have the concept of actually storing inventory. They don't actually distribute requests for more product when they, are basically experiencing heavy demand. And that request for product is not translating and turning into missions that players and NPCs can then go, fulfill. We don't have, and another thing aiming for on 3.0 is what I call the probability volumes, which are basically the intermediary between the back-end simulation and what you actually see when you're flying around in the game world. These probability volumes basically take all, the essence of what, you could potentially see, and it basically, collapses into reality as you kind of fly through, so that if you're between say ArcCorp, which has a TDD and a refinery installation, then you should see a bunch of freighter traffic basically going back and forth there. And if there's a lot of value, then you're probably going to see pirates getting attracted. And so this is something that we're aiming to get the first bits and pieces operational in 3.0. We won't have time to actually fully exploit these things, but it will put us in a very good position such so that each successive 3.x release will be able to build more and more on top of these things. Whereas as of right now,
no, we actually do have some of this, Shuri. What he's talking about is probability volumes in the background. That exists in Star Citizen right now. It's just only limited to the combat beacon missions that get spawned, and the a lot of that is also the refueling and repairing at stations. That's the only thing that's connected to the system. The system's in the game. It's just not expansive.
Now, we've still got a number of shortcomings to where we've kind of had to basically, go through, solving some problems in a fairly, circuitous and, non-optimal path because we didn't, quite have all of the back-end bits and pieces that we needed.
And I would say that, in terms of 3.0, we're going to have sort of like a baby version of kind of, instead of a universe simulation, it's a system simulation on a back-end side that will sort of be sort of a master, I don't know what you want to call it, the maestro of sort of the AI population and where the AI is going, where the AI pirates are, where the
He's
AI
talking about
traders
quantum.
are, what the supply and demand is.
This is before we knew what it was called, but
and having all those sort of come together, and that's sort of laying the foundation of how we expand out. So there's a lot of stuff to happen on 3.0. We've actually, along the way with it, I mean, Tony's already in process on the sort of probability cube, assumption, the mission backend stuff.
At the shops, all of that stuff is, actually, basically, you've got very good visibility as to what needs to be done. It's just a matter now of actually, slugging it out and basically getting all these pieces done. But that actually says a lot, because if you go back, 12 months ago, we were still figuring out exactly how some of these, more complex problems were precisely going to be solved. We knew the general direction. We've actually got a lot of specificity in regards to exactly how we're going to wind up.
This is why it's called Cringemas, ladies and gentlemen.
Addressing a lot of these things.
Merry Cringemas.
Which is part of the, reason why we actually only recently started to feel comfortable with putting production schedules out.
Now, this was Subsumption had already existed, but this is before Subsumption became everything.
That level of clarity.
So we're starting to get the wrap-up signal, but I don't care.
No,
I want to ask another question.
No, it's fine, we can, because we're not network TV here.
That's right.
So let's take a few more questions.
Yeah, let's do
and
it.
then
Let's do it.
we'll move
Okay,
on
good.
from there.
Good. So we're talking 3.0, and you already started alluding to this, but we get a lot of questions about economy, 3.0 economy. Right?
Oh, God.
Obviously,
Oh,
one of the
God.
questions that people are having is, Will we start to be able to buy ships with UEC? What are the effects of economy with 3.0, right? We just talked about the complexity of once you think of a career and all the gameplay implications, and then how you give and take money. What are the thoughts about economy?
We won't have, the full-blown simulation, won't happen with 3.0. What we'll probably do, as a short-term intermediate solution is, a more simplified rules-based system so that we can get a little bit of variability in terms of pricing, what's available, where, how frequent, how many of those, items, and that in turn will probably have some ripple effects through in terms of what types of missions are currently on offer, what you'll be paid to actually do those missions, that type of stuff. The benefits, the long-term benefits of the simulation are that these localized effects can ripple through the whole system, and you wind up getting a more, realistic, economy. Whereas when you're doing the rules-based system, you tend to have, a lot finer control. It's much quicker to implement, but it's much more difficult to basically get this whole big symbiotic entity working working properly.
No, I think the other challenge that'll be really interesting is right now. You can't really sort of buy weapons and ships in the P.
Oh yeah, that is true. Like you couldn't buy weapons and ships and have them persist. Legitimately.
And we don't really have expendables working. That will all sort of come with item 2.0. So expendables are sort of the obviously things that make sense right now, like fuel, although fuel's becoming more important with 2.6. It will definitely become more important with 3.0. But also sort of ammo or missiles. But there'll be things like bits that will break on your ship
Maria.
or fuses
Welcome
or
to
fuel
Cringemas.
rods and
Merry Christmas.
various sort of small sub
Merry
items that you
Cringemas.
probably have to keep a stock of.
Merry
And
Grandma.
you get in a battle or things start to break down, you have to fix it up. And so we're trying to have some really cool functional emergent gameplay that will happen. But I think the really interesting thing is going.
So it's important to note that this is what they're talking about now is stuff they've just started doing. And there's an old theory that I've had, or it's a theory I've had for a while, which is a lot of these things that were planned for around this time got delayed because 3.0 became a much bigger thing. And then everything got shoved off to 3.0's functionality. And they had to do so much work around 3.0 and landing on planets and getting all that working that by the time they got back to it, it's been several years, plus, 2020 fucking everything up. So a lot of stuff they're talking about right now is stuff that is just now getting into the game because this is pre 3.0, right before planetary landing became a thing. So
going to be, how we balance the cost of everything. Because one of the biggest challenges that we have compared to a normal MMO is that we have an incredibly range of economy that's happening.
Just 2 years later, we had a full game.
Buying a handgun to buying a space destroyer. Right now, normally in the real world, only a nation can afford to have a destroyer, and you can go down and buy, say.
Was this around when they just had decided? Yeah, this is the end of 2016. The People of the Planet was the end of 2015, so this is that first year after People of the Planet, while they were working on 3.0, they'd be like, okay, what are we gonna do? So 2.6 was the patch that had just dropped at this time.
Say a handgun or whatever for $300, $400, $500. So the challenge is balancing the game. So on the low end, you don't get if I can afford an F-16 from day one, I don't care about getting a handgun, right? Because I can already afford a $30 million, $40 million jet fighter. So $400 or $500 is nothing compared to my jet fuel costs or all the rest of the stuff. So the key is sort of trying to figure the progression and the costs, and also making sort of the bigger ships, be something that you work towards and earn in the game. And because it's you don't want to sort of do 4 missions and okay, now I've dumped my Aurora and I'm flying a Javelin, right? That doesn't make sense. So we need to balance it in such a way that the bigger ships, the multi-crew ships, they'll have bigger running costs. You'll need crew, especially on the bigger capital ships. And they'll also have a different earning potential. So they'll be able to earn more, but will also have more running costs. And so you'll work your way up as a group or as a bunch of players together to do it there. So I think it's going to be interesting because we've been sort of running our models on UEC comparative to kind of what we do it as pledges, and I'll say that people are getting a good deal on the pledge stuff, especially in the bigger ships, because they're going to just have to price up bigger based on kind of like the different missions and earning. But there's a whole risk reward stuff, you know. So you may get paid more for a risky or a combat mission, but then you'll have bigger costs, maybe repair costs, repairing, you know, like replacing your ammo and stuff that a trade run may not be. You know, you may not have those same kind of costs, although ultimately, so it may pay a little less. So that's going to be the big challenge, and that's what's really exciting about 3.0 is getting the first bit of that in. I'm sure we're going to have to do a lot of adjusting and adapting, and we'll sort of be working towards that as we build towards the.
There will be, because it permeates the entire design on so many levels. Like right now, you just think it's like, well, it's fairly easy right now to basically pilfer another player's, you know, Hornet, and what's the real world value of that Hornet relative to, you know, as Chris was mentioning, the guns, the clothes, the armor, which we actually want to make it still kind of challenging to get to the next level of personal armor, etc. But who's going to do the mission to basically make $1,000 or $2,000 or $5,000 when it's much easier to basically just pilfer another player's ship? And so there's a lot of work to be done to make sure that taking that ship. On the one hand, it's got to be extremely difficult. It can't be just get in and basically you press the button and it automatically starts. There's got to be a lot more difficulty than that. You may incentivize players by having anti-theft devices, which basically lower their insurance premiums, something similar conceptually to what you'd have in the real world. You may just apply much more significant consequences in terms of, well, when you have that ship, maybe you can't sell it, or maybe you can only sell it in very specific areas, and maybe you get only a very small fraction of the price, and maybe the security, in the when you're going through areas that actually have UE security, maybe you really get the screws put to you to basically make it really unattractive to be carting around stolen ships, stolen cargo.
Please tell me more about this, Tony.
Like it's like there's going to be a lot of balancing work that needs to be done to make this all work. And that's
seamlessly.
Yeah, well, it's what I think a lot of the 3.1, 3.2, 3.3 is going to be. Is we've actually marked it out according to the schedule that we released before, to where we were being fairly conservative in terms of a couple of occupations with each major point release. And once we've got a lot of these basic tools operational, creating the new occupations really becomes predominantly an exercise in basically just using things that we've already developed in slightly different ways, and so there's not a big technological uncertainty or anything like that, and so I think that all of those successive point releases are really going to spend a lot of their time just trying to get the formula right, and it's why looking forward we were being a bit conservative in terms of the rate at which we introduce new occupations.
All right, 2 more questions. For the next question. You started tapping on this already. We talk a lot about careers and any kind.
You knew this. Why is this size? It's Cringemas. It's Cringemas. All right. I'm gonna sigh a little bit. It's just Tony Z going off on Tony Z stuff, and it's like, oh god damn it.
Of gameplay, right? People get really excited about what they're going to get to do. I have never seen a reaction
Merry
from
Christmas.
human beings
Merry
in this day and
Cringemas.
age get so excited about the word
Merry
farming. I was blown away as soon as
Happy
we
Cringemas.
showed farming, and I mean, hundreds of years ago, that's what people did, right? It wasn't gameplay. But
farming.
The question was,
farming.
What do you see that? How can I be a farmer?
Well,
Tony, I want to farm
I think,
in this game.
First,
please tell me about my farm.
Part of the reason why players get excited about
Give me Finland Saga Season 2 there, Tony.
It's actually just the non-combat aspects of the game. I think there is a significant contingent of the community that wants to do stuff other than basically
it's like resource harvesting, right? So mining, farming. Salvaging,
exploration, discovery of new things.
This is funny for different reasons
players,
now.
Medical, assistance, things of that sort, and. If we really want to basically be able to appeal to all those
Rocket
people,
Stone
then
to
we're going to
you
have to have sufficient content in all of those different areas. And I think that farming is really just representative of the fact that you're really going in a direction, for that particular occupation that has little to do with combat. Now, they're based, you will still face it on occasion when you go into the busy zones, and if you've got incredibly valuable, seeds or fertilizer or whatever else, it's like then you're going to be a target for those people that are looking to make a quick buck.
And I think that's kind of one of the things that reinforces that. Like, I know a lot of people, I see a lot of people on the forums anyway talk about, like, well, what's the end game? And that was how am I going?
They've
How do
been
we win
talking
and
for
do
20
this? And I
minutes.
sort of feel like in Star Citizen there should not be a definition of win. Is there a definition of win in real life? It sort of depends on your perspective, right? So some people think they're winning if they're helping other people. They're a doctor, they're healing someone. Someone thinks they're winning if they're a world famous sports person. Someone thinks they're winning if they're protecting their country. And so we want to give people the options to have all different kinds of play styles, whether it's passive or sort of more combat oriented, whether it's in you're set by
Sold. How much
yourself
for an
or with a
interest?
small group of friends or with a much bigger organization. And and then depending on sort of what you're into, your definition of what your win and what your end of game will be different.
Yeah.
So we want to make Star Citizen, the big sandbox, have as much possibility as you see sort of in the real world. And I think that's kind of what's going to be really interesting to see happen. I think that's one of the big attractions to what we're pitching, and it's also one of the reasons why it's taking so long, because we're trying to build everything to be able to do that.
Yeah, which you already get a sense of right now, right? I mean, we just showed off all the things you can do in this game, and you get a sense of it. It's really exciting.
Yeah, and if you think about farming, again, I kind of mentioned how we were being conservative with regards to the number of new occupations that we're introducing with the point releases, because we think that balance is really going to be a significant part of the of the game post 3.0. If you think about what is really involved in farming, it's like, well, it's going to be the acquisition of things. It's going to be the acquisition of rare seeds, which is going to probably involve you going to distant planets, discovering them yourself, or buying them and spending a fortune, or pilfering them from some heavily guarded location, things of that sort. It's going to be finding fertilizer. Perhaps it's just another thing to extract on a planet, no different from magnesium or cobalt or iron or anything like that. You're then basically putting you're using objects on other objects. You're basically applying maintenance in the form of radiation and water. Eventually you're harvesting these things. Then you're basically seeking to sell these things, which is going to be exactly like selling the stolen cargo that you've gotten off of that you took from another player's or NPC's freighter, or selling parts of your ship that you no longer want, and things of that sort. In other words, you can see all of the bits and pieces, all the primary bits and pieces that are going to constitute the farming occupation we're already going to have in other, working in other parts of the game. And that kind of goes back to, get your foundation right, and you will eventually hit this point in your development cycle to where you can start to create content at a much more rapid
let's
pace.
do the final
You've missed so many good things there, Target. You've missed so many things.
The final question wasn't on these pages, unless there's something you guys want to talk about. Otherwise, it was more reminding that this is a holiday live stream.
Right.
And I have a 2-year-old daughter now, and so I wanted to ask you guys, what are holiday traditions, succinctly, that you guys look forward to around this time?
We have an hour and 40 minutes left, chat.
Loves to, now I've shown
I'm going to have to stop and go get more beer.
Like lights. So we'll be doing that over the holidays. But what about you guys? What is a quick thing that you look forward to at this time of year?
Well, I have 2 little daughters, so they love putting the tree together, and it's awesome seeing them get all excited by presents.
Sure.
Watching good movies.
This is the perfect time.
And playing some games.
Exactly.
And the time that I can actually play some games as opposed to work on games, is I don't get much time off, but over the holidays, that's one of the few times I do.
Same, yeah. Tony?
Yeah, so I just had a girl, Savannah Storm. So she's, as of today, she's 3 months old.
Congratulations.
And
Happy
so
birthday.
she's basically added to Phoenix, who's now 2.
Yeah.
And so what I'm looking forward more to this Christmas than I have in several past, because all of a sudden the importance, like Chris said, of getting that Christmas tree up, putting the lights. This is the first time, Phoenix, saw a Christmas tree last year, but he was 1 year old and it wasn't really registering. Now he's all over. He's pulling the lights. You start putting presents under. He wants to check them out.
Now his son is graduating college.
And he gets, he gets the whole thing. And so I wouldn't say that it's anything, so much that's, fundamentally new as, things that you've done before are now taking on, a completely different.
You rediscover them.
That's right. Yeah, it's a fresh perspective. All right.
Okay, great.
Cool.
All right. Well, thanks, Tony.
Fuck.
And Eric. So it was.
I know everyone's like, oh, I love when Tony and Z or Chris Roberts just talk. Now that you've seen 2016 Tony Z and Chris Roberts talk, remember this. Next time you want to see Tony Z and Chris Roberts talk, remember how much shit they said that was just wrong. I know it's easy to get excited, but keep this in there. All right, keep this in your mind space. This is the reason why us older folks go, nope.
It was a good talk, a little long maybe, but we like to go on a bit. So anyway, we have even more details in the November monthly report on the website about some of the stuff we worked on.
This is 2016, yeah.
So be sure to check that out. And we'll keep having additional updates as progress continues.
9 years ago? No.
On 3.0 and other things like Squadron. So
7
for
years
now,
ago, 7 years
for
ago.
today's live stream,
I
main
can
event,
math.
as developers from both sides of the pond compete to win the coveted RSI Cup.
Yes!
Let's go to your community manager.
Elliot, or any other CIG member here, DJ, I don't care who's here. I know, freaking C Daddy's here. Bring back the RSI Cup and force Tyler and Jared to wear their crazy uniforms. Do it. Do it. DJ, bring you have to see this. You have to watch this. Watch this.
Managers Jared and Tyler for more.
Watch this.
All right.
Hello.
All I can do is laugh at this point.
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about you, man?
I'm doing fantastic. I realized right before we cut to us that this hat does not work well with headphones.
No, this one is balancing precariously on top, so I'm going to go ahead, if it's okay with all of you, I'm going to go ahead and take the hat off for the rest of this.
I'm keeping my on.
Hi, everybody. I'm Community Manager Jared Huckabee. With me today is...
Community Manager Tyler Whitkin.
And we are here for the 2946 RSI Cup. It's an international tournament. We've got members from our Foundry 42 UK and Frankfurt studios loading into games now. Members from our Cloud Imperium Los Angeles and Austin studios loading into games now. And we are going to compete for an award that goes out to all of you. So at the end of this, basically whoever wins, they will get an RSI trophy for your hanger flare, and it will be emblazoned with the names of the winners. So before we get too far into it, we want to introduce
This
the
was
teams.
a monarch ago.
We're going to start with Team Europe. We're going to show you a quick video, and then we're going to head to Cameron Wilkie out in Manchester for the rest. Ready?
You're going to like this.
All right.
So 2.6, Star Marine, the big.
Look how young he is.
US versus.
Look how young he is.
How seriously are you guys taking this?
Well, Aaron offered the services of Phil Miller to basically
Todd Pappy,
motivate the team.
Young Pappy, young Master Pappy.
Looking at the security footage, I think the Miles Eckhart thing went to his head.
You go through the playback videos. What the f? You can't need to raise your game. Do you understand? Louder.
Yes, sir.
That's more like it. Keep it up. Gentlemen, as Jack Burton said, it's all in the reflexes. Hands out. Come on. Too slow on the floor. Give me 20. Too slow on the floor. Give me 20. Oh, nice work. Nice work. Back to your desk. You two, carry on.
What do you think about Phil Miller motivating the team?
I think it's a great idea. Phil's a real people person.
Mince pies are for closers only.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he'll go really well. He's got a fantastic rapport with the QA guys.
You're not trained to be merciful. Mercy's for the weak. You just die again. What? No. It's not good enough. Bull.
Did he just break?
Aaron, I think Phil got a bit carried away.
I don't understand. With a broken monitor, I've got mince pies which are scraping off walls. I've been dealing with HR. Nick said Phil will be fine. It's just absolutely insane. I don't get it. I mean, we've got half of QA lining up to quit. You know what? We damn well better beat the USA now of going through all this kind of stuff, because this is absolutely insane. This is ridiculous.
Oh, Cameron. Oh, Cameron. Oh, God. Audio delay. Oh, that's that specifically spawned a meme or an emote that's still around. I can't remember who has that, but yes.
Welcome to sunny Wilmslow, where it's my privilege to introduce Team Foundry. Starting off with Wayne. Wayne, how are you today?
I'm fine, thanks very much, Cameron.
What do you do here at Foundry 42?
I'm on the QA team as part of the QA tech team.
I've seen you in practice today. You have been kicking and taking numbers.
Yeah, especially in the race. I'm hoping to win that one. I've had
You set a personal best today.
I did, just over 40 seconds. Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. We look forward to seeing you on the track shortly.
Excellent.
And now to Mickey Oliver. Mickey Oliver, we've seen you on ATV a few times.
Yes.
Are you, what is your highlight you're looking forward to today?
I'm looking forward to the Star Marine very much. Yes, my favourite part.
Favourite weapon?
I like the shotgun. The
Okay,
best, yes.
get up close and personal.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Yes,
cool, very
very
cool. Andy Nicholson.
Hello, Cameron.
Nice to see you again.
Good to see you.
How's the ship balancing going?
Oh, it's a piece of cake. Don't worry about it.
Are you enjoying the playthroughs today? You're getting a lot of personal feedback on your own balancing?
Absolutely, yeah, firsthand.
Very good.
Definitely.
Very good. Now, over from our German office, over from Frankfurt, we have Melissa. Melissa, how are you today?
Hi, Cameron. I'm doing great.
Any message you want to give our community?
Thanks for supporting us. I'll do my best.
Wonderful. And Mark White.
Yes, hello.
What are you flying in the race coming up?
I'll be in the 350R.
350, okay. Are you expecting to come in the top three?
I'm hopeful.
I saw you come first and second in early playthroughs.
Yeah, that was mainly people crashing. I go slow to try and get through.
Okay, slow and steady.
That's the way.
All right, well, this is Cameron Wilkie from Wilmslow, heading back over to LA.
Listen up! You have the honor of being
Yes!
chosen to be part of this team!
Yes!
Now, I see potential.
Yes!
And I, for one, did not come all the way out.
He's the lead animator. I love him. I love him so much.
Here to go home a loser. Did you?
No, sir.
I don't believe you.
No, sir.
Then you will train. You
This
will
is
need
what
to
I'm
hone
saying,
your
DJ.
mind
I
and
need
your body.
this. I
Winning
need this with
isn't
Arena Commander
just an
2.0.
option.
I need this.
It is
Please.
the only possible outcome. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, sir.
Bender, right.
I can't
Bender.
hear you.
Yes, sir.
Sun salutation. Tyler, straighten up that chakra.
I don't know why he's not an NPC. He sounds like Gilly. It may have been the voice of Gilly. I don't know.
All right. Let's get some wheatgrass.
Is that everything?
Yeah. Why?
I thought we were supposed to be doing a montage.
No, I don't have time for montage.
None of us have time, and that's why we were doing the montage.
The audio's gone. Oh, I love it. There's no audio. Oh, I think it's because it's muted. It may have been actually been in there, but it's a copyrighted music, so they had to. Hey, Skeleton. That's Zane, I believe, right? Not Skeleton? That's not Skeleton. It's Aben. Mark Aben, the other Mark. I love it. So this isn't their fault, I don't think. I think this was just muted because it's because they used copyright music for it, copyright music for it. Please turn that into a GIF, chat. Please turn that into a GIF. You're the best around. So they had the luck. They had the luck at the time. Pretty much the entirety of the production crew that was doing ISC was in LA. So
They look ready.
They were always ready.
Did you guys see my chicken wings? It's a bunch in the fridge.
I will say this again to any and all CIG. What a pause. CIG members who are watching this. If you do not bring this back, I will be sad. I will cry tears. Please. And force Tyler and Jared to wear the ridiculous get-ups.
Hello, it is my privilege and
Studio on the oceanfront? Yes, it actually is. It's like literally 3 blocks away from the shore for the LA studio. So.
honor to introduce to you the team that is expected to win.
Oh God, the audio.
So first, let's start on the very end. Why don't you tell us who you are and what you do for CIG? Okay, awesome. So how was it working with
Oh God.
training for this? It was really tough. You know, he was just
So bad.
yeah, a little time.
I'm gonna pause for a drink break after this is still over when they get started with it.
Let's move on to the next one. All right, same question. Why don't you tell them who you're at and leave the camera right over here to the left. Tell them who you're at and what you do to come here games. All right, and you came from Austin, Texas for this tournament, yeah? Okay, so you gotta represent okay? 'Cause I'm
Wrong mic.
And how was it working with Steve Bender this week?
It was tough
There you go.
and it was exhausting, but I think it was well worth it.
All right, fantastic.
There
Let's
we
move
go.
on here. Now, Colby Schneider, we saw you take a little bit of a fall in that video a second ago. How? No, you didn't? That didn't happen? Okay. Well, how was it working with Steve Bender this week?
It was great. He was really inspirational, and he got us to be our best. So I think we're gonna pull this one off.
All right, fantastic. And the wonderful, well, I'll let you introduce yourself. Let's look at the camera right there.
Hey, I'm Michael Blackard. I'm
That's
with
Michael.
the ATX
Okay.
crew,
Forgot about
and
that.
I am a QA tester.
All right, and now was Bender a little too intense for you, or how'd it go?
No, Bender was extremely enlightening. In fact, if I win this for the team, he's going to teach me how to make his tri-tip.
And did he pay you to talk good about him?
No, tri-tip is enough.
Bender. Let's move on.
Oh, wow.
Same question. Who are you and what do you do for Cloud Imperium Games?
I'm Matt Sherman, technical designer here at the LA offices. I
Sherman.
make spaceships.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And how do you see the outcome of this tournament going?
Well, today...
You better say that USA is going to win.
Oh, no, I'm just going to ruin Vince's reputation because I'm playing as Nefumata for him. So
Okay.
that's my personal
I'm okay with that. All right, awesome. Well, thank you. And last but definitely not least, your name and what you do for Cloud Imperium Games.
Eric Pietro, QA.
All right, and working with Steve Bender, get through all training throughout the whole week. How'd that go?
It was a lot of fun. I thought it was good.
And is Team USA going to take this entire thing?
Definitely.
That's what I like to hear. Let's jump back to Jared Huckabee.
Thanks, Tyler. So, yeah, that's Team America. We've just...
All right, I'm going to pause it real quickly and actually put some music on that's not going to ruin your eardrums. I'll be right back, chat. I want you to hype up. Tell me who's going to win, Team USA or Team Europe. And don't cheat and look it up. Discuss. No, it's not dead. Wanted to go use the restroom real quick. Both teams will win. The losers are us for having to watch it. All right, here goes.
Our introductions to Team America and Team Europe. Once again, they are competing today for the 2946 RSI Cup to win a piece of hair flare for all of you, emblazoned with either the Team Europe or Team USA titles. Now, this will be very similar to competitions we've had in the past. We're going to be competing in Arena Commander, in dogfighting, in racing, and in, of course, Star Marine. Now, each round will be worth 25 points, with Star Marine having special weight. Basically, no matter, if you fall behind in Arena Commander and racing, you still have your chance to pull ahead in Star Marine. So, Tyler, how was it over there? Welcome back.
Good to see you, man.
Welcome back.
It was fantastic. I think they're ready.
Well, right now, members of our QA teams from around the world are loading into the game. When we get the signal that they are ready to go, we will cut to them.
Waka, thank you so much.
First event today, if I'm not mistaken.
Thank you for 3-month gift stuff. Oh, I always make a mistake. Some classic race, yes, some classic race.
Racing. Is it racing?
It might be Squadron Battle. Actually,
It might be Squadron Battle.
We got right behind us.
Squadron Battle. So we are doing 10 versus 10 today. We wanted to get as many folks from our Los Angeles studios, our Austin studios, our Frankfurt studios, and our Manchester studios in competition to play for all of you. Now, this is, of course,
this is the majority of the stream, by the way. I believe this is the rest of the stream.
We hope to have out to everybody very, very soon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep. So we'll start off with Squadron Battle 10v10, which works perfect for the format that we want to do this for. And let's see, they load into the game now.
I do want to add that it does look like they're loading into racing.
Oh, racing it is. You were right.
So already,
let it be known that you were right once.
So it's already a point for Team Europe. It's already a point for Team Europe.
Is that what you're wearing?
Yeah, yes. I am wearing the decorative garb of a Yeoman Warder, otherwise colloquially known as a beefeater.
Okay. Now, I thought that was a fast food attire from your job before you got here today.
No. And now, fun fact though, I did look up what a beefeater meant, and apparently, like it's lost to history. I searched for quite some time because, like, when we were doing this, we're like, okay, we knew you were going to be Uncle Sam. Like,
Am I Uncle Sam? Do I look like Uncle Sam?
You look exactly like Uncle Sam.
You look like Uncle Sam.
So also, I wasn't sure. I don't do
the
this.
ascot.
This is not my normal.
I love the ascot.
Is
this tie supposed to be around the collar, or is this okay? It's like a choker.
I'm not entirely certain what
love the ascot there.
No,
me neither.
All right. Well, we knew you were going to be Uncle Sam, so we asked our friends in the UK. It's like, well, what would be an appropriate counterpoint to Uncle Sam? And I remember when they sent that email. It's like, be a beefeater, and I'm like, okay. So now I'm a beefeater, and I've got my lovely hat. And it looks like we are getting ready. We're getting started. So let's go to the. Nope. Okay. Not yet. Not just
not
yet.
Quite yet.
We're still,
there's still some people
ready.
launching their clients.
All right, they're still getting ready. So Tyler, Arena
Yes.
Commander. Arena Commander was the second module that we released for Star Citizen. Originally, it was the Hangar module, which allowed people to visit the game for the first time. Then we released the Arena Commander, originally version 0.8, if I remember correctly.
Is that when the helmet flip happened?
I think the helmet flip either happened 0.8 or 1.0. I don't remember.
Because I was recently talking to Brian Brewer on an episode of Reverse the Verse. I found out mid-interview that he was the one who had flipped the helmet. It was so cool to hear about.
I'm very, very certain. Like, honestly, yes. Honestly, this needs to come back. As cringe as this is, I feel like here. Look at me, members of CIG staff. Look at Drunk Paul, as Drunk Paul says. This would be fun. I would watch a live stream of Jared dressed as a beefeater and Tyler dressed as Uncle Sam. But you know what? Let's take Tyler out of the running. Let's force Jake Acapella to dress as Uncle Sam, because Jake will go full bore. He will go 120% into it, and have the crew that does Atmo Esports help you out and set up a tournament between the US or North America versus Europe, because now you've got North America as well, and broadcast it live towards the end of the year, or have some fun and go on. I would watch the shit out of it. Most people would.
about.
No, he's got a great story about doing that animation on the fly by hand.
Yeah.
And doing that stuff. So, Arena Commander is a game within a game for Star Citizen. Star Citizen is the game proper, and then we have 2 video games within those video games. The first one is Arena Commander, and the second one is the upcoming Star Marine. Now, an Arena Commander has a variety of game modes that fall into one of 2 categories. There's squadron battle, dogfighting, Vandal Swarm. It's basically where you and your combat ship fighting against other ships. The mode that we're going to start with today is racing.
Yes, and we're going to be on the old Vanderval track.
Are we on old Vanderval?
We are,
old
and we let
Vanderval.
them pick their own ships. We want this competition to be heated. I mean, this is...
DJ, if you're still here, is old Vanderval, is it called old Vanderval or is it called new Vanderval now?
This is real. This is real. No joke, guys. Like the videos before we introduced the teams, they were fun. But these guys have actually really been training hard. There's been a lot of.
It's just
trash
called the
talking.
best.
I mean,
There's been a lot of smack talk. There's been a lot of smack talk.
Yeah.
So while we're waiting, why don't we throw it to Ben Lesnick? Looks like Ben Lesnick is ready, although I don't see him on a camera here. So as soon as we get the signal that Ben Lesnick is ready, we're going to throw it to Ben Lesnick. He's got some fun facts to share with folks.
Oh, that sounds great.
So, do you remember just last month when we did our Electronic Access Invitational, and that was our first intramural competition. Who won that, by the way? Who won that? It's been so long I've forgotten.
Can somebody just cut his audio? Let's just get him out of here. That'd be great. This is the perfect time for that to happen. By the way, anyone who's over.
Yeah, no, I believe it was Team Anvil.
You took the win, okay? You took the win.
Although in our internal play tests with the Caterpillar, you and your team rightly smoted me.
Yes, we did.
I mean, it was not even close.
I want to tell a really quick story. So last week, Jared sends me a Skype message at work, and he says, "Hey, I want to show you the winning video for if Team Aegis had won at the anniversary live stream." And he sends it to me, and it says Team Aegis winner, and I clicked on it, and it was still the Team Anvil video.
All right.
You got me like three times.
So with that, we have Ben Lesnick ready to go. Ben, take it away.
Hey, everybody. Didn't I just leave this party? Well, let me tell you guys a joke. Ben walks
Ben will
into a
never
bar
not
and
be
forgets
cringe.
to turn on his microphone. So let's talk about ships
Ben
one
will never
more
not
time, just so you guys have some of the
will never be cringe. He's
information
always
for the
lovable.
website. It's
No one
gonna-
hates-
what's
no
going
one
to be on
hates
the
Ben.
website the next week or so. As with every holiday stream, we're kicking off a small sale. We've got a variety of ship packs. Some are new, and some of them are backed by popular demand. I know when we were doing the live stream last month, everybody wanted the Armada pack and the Pirate backpack. So those are available again. Those will be available for the next 10 days through the 26th. We also have the brand new MISC Racer, which you already saw. This is a ship really proud of. The team in the UK has done an incredible job on it. It looks like speed, doesn't it? It's so cool. Those are going to be available in the Pledge Store as concept sales for the next, again, 10 days with all the normal trimmings. We have all of the Star Citizen Alpha 2.6 ships available now. The Caterpillar, the Herald, the 85X, the special variants that we revealed last month. Those are
You
all
missed
going to be
everything,
available
nose to
through
black.
the week following the release of 2.6. So once we get 2.6 out, we'll keep those up for another week. So if you ever wanted a Caterpillar or an 85X, or for the first time ever, the Vanguard Hoplite, this is your chance. I'm also excited to announce that we have a little bit of a fun thing for 2.6.
Yes, I believe he's still involved with the Jump Point magazine, but I don't know if he's beyond that.
If you remember back last year when we released the Vandal Glaive Fighter, you had to complete the Vandal Swarm to get a special badge. Well, we're doing that again, but twice as good. We've got the Vandal Swarm, with the updated Vandal Swarm. I'm sorry, your old badges are not going to carry over. You have to play it again. This is all happening once 2.6 goes live. There'll be a new Vandal Swarm you have to play through, and you can earn the badge for the Glaive. There will also be a Pirate Swarm game mode, and if you play through that, there will be a badge for a pirate variant of the Caterpillar. It's got a pirate skin with skulls and crossbones. It looks really cool. The Vandal Glaive will be limited to 1,500 ships. The Caterpillar will be limited by time only. So get ready to play some Star Citizen once 2.6 goes live. We are also having a special focus for the holidays on introducing new folks to Star Citizen. Every day from now through the 26th, there will be a whole package, a whole pile of discount starter packs. We're doing both the Aurora and the Mustang. So if you have someone in your life who is not familiar with Star Citizen, who might be interested in getting into the verse, that is your opportunity to introduce them. Those will go on at 11 a.m. Pacific every single day through Boxing Day, which is the 26th. And speaking of Boxing Day, for the very, very end of the year, we are bringing back the all ships sale from the anniversary live stream. That last day where we brought everything together. We want to give people a chance to configure their fleets exactly how they want them for the end of the year. So check that out. There'll be all sorts of interesting bits and surprises over the next week, and it's going to. We're gonna go back to the game now. So hey, everybody.
Love you, Ben.
All right, Ben. Thanks, Ben. We're returning to the race already in progress. Right off the bat, we have a last-minute substitution. Matt Sherman is taking the place of Vince Sinatra, Mayo Fumato on Team USA. So while it still says Mayo Fumato in his name, that is, of course, Matt Sherman, who's in 6th place right now. Come on, Matt. You do better. Let's check.
Now, do you think that's an advantage? Matt's a designer. Vince was in QA. Who do you think has the edge here?
I don't know. Did Matt work on the design of Matt work on the design of the
I'm not
racing?
sure, but I do know that Vince played a lot, so we'll see how that affects the
Now
team.
here we see who's in 1st place. This is Wayne Owen from Manchester, United Kingdom. He's on Team Europe. He does have face paint. I didn't notice that before. Now Wayne is one of the one of our senior QA testers there in the Manchester office, and he is just dominating on the racetrack right now. So we're going to take a look now at Andrew Hernando go from one of our most dominant to one of our newbies.
He is brand new.
He is brand new.
You know, I noticed during training it looked like he was exploring the maps instead of racing.
Yes.
He can't hear me, right?
No, he will.
Okay,
we will
good.
almost certainly see Andrew exploring the maps later on. Andrew has only been with the company for 6 weeks at this point. So now let's take a look at Tyler Tumlinson. Now Tyler works out of our Austin studio.
Yes, Austin, Texas studio. Actually sits right behind me. Really awesome guy. I'm super happy that he was able to come out and compete in this.
And look at what he's flying. He's flying the brand new 85X.
Yes, it is sexy.
Oh, he's having trouble making that turn. Tyler. Let's check in again with our friends in the UK. We're still on Wayne Owen here. Wayne Owen's still in first. Oh, but now here's Melissa Estrada in 7th place.
Now, this is actually really surprising. Melissa Estrada, I've known her for a few years, and she always flies the Origin M50. And even throughout training, she was flying the M50. So seeing her in the 85X here is an interesting choice.
Gotcha. Now we're just following. What is this? This is a Mustang Gamma making a leisurely tour through the map here. We'll go on to check out Colby here. Oh, Colby hit the race ring, not so good. Switch back to Matt Sherman here. Now Matt Sherman's in 7th place, guys. As we explained before, this match is for 25 points. We have a weighted point system. We'll be playing the first. We'll be playing the first event, which is racing, for 25 points. We'll be playing the second event, which is dogfighting, for 25 points, and then we will be playing 4 rounds of Star Marine, which will all be worth 25 points apiece.
Wait, now hold on. That's an even number. So what happens if we tie?
Well, if we tie, there will be a sudden death overtime match of Star Marine for all the marbles.
I kind of hope it comes to that.
Yeah, so do I. Let's check back in with the UK here. There's Wayne Owen again, 1st place. He's just has Wayne seen another player?
Oh, it looks like he missed the ring though. Now's their chance to pass.
Come on, Wayne. Team Europe.
No.
For the purposes of this broadcast, I'm Team Europe.
You just like the outfit.
All right, we're going to follow Wayne going through the race tunnel here. Oh, he's on his 3rd lap, so this is actually the finish for Wayne.
Yeah,
Let's watch
sure
Wayne
is.
win the race.
Oh, what a
showboating.
Decoupled roll.
What a show off with the decoupled roll.
And that is it.
And that's
so
it.
I'm going to go ahead and
event.
mark this down. First match, Europe, 25 points.
DNL.
Yo, Team USA. Come on, guys. I believe in you.
Good job, Team Europe.
They can't hear you. In fact, I think they're like way over there.
That's the second time you've done that.
I'm sorry.
That's the second time you've done that. All right, we have a nice little graphic for Team Europe winning. Let's play that right now. All right, congratulations once again, Team Europe, for winning our very first event, a race on Old Vanderval.
Yeah, I'm not really liking the trend of this thing where you win things.
You know, that is well, okay. Well, I mean, I win the live competitions, but in our internal playtest, you definitely kicked my butt.
So we've done the race. What's next?
Next is a dogfight. Next is a dogfight, a 10 versus 10 dogfight in Arena Commander. So this will be the biggest Arena Commander match as far as player count.
This is a larger scale than usual. Yeah, absolutely.
So do you know what map we're playing in Arena Commander?
Yes, we're going to be playing on Broken Moon.
Playing on Broken Moon.
Yeah.
So when we play
The old Broken Moon.
Fun.
All right. So so let's go ahead and we'll take a few minutes and we'll check in with Cameron Wilkie, who's getting ready in our Manchester studio. As soon as they tell us Cameron's ready, we will switch to Cameron and he'll have a quick conversation with the winners of our first event. So until then, congratulations once again, Team Europe. You are one match closer to being immortalized inside Star Citizen's hangar module with an RSI Cup trophy.
By the way, that doesn't actually exist. I checked my hangar. It doesn't exist. They never did it.
What you got, Tyler?
You think you're proud? You're proud.
I'm very proud. Look at my
You're a
young
traitor.
Warders.
You are a traitor.
All right. So, Nick Elms, when you're ready, let's show us Cameron Wilkie, and we will switch to Cameron Wilkie and check in one more time with the Manchester, UK studio.
Hey, welcome back to the UK, where I've got...
I believe it's Star Cringe.
Hang on, I haven't got an okay. Am I coming live?
No, it's not there. Damn.
Tell me I'm coming live. Oh, welcome back to the UK, where I've got Wayne, who just won the race. And Wayne, how was your time today?
It was nice. I was quite happy with the overall score. I still blacked out on one of the corners, but other than that, it's been pretty good. Phil Miller's training of depriving us of mince pies has paid off big time.
Okay. Yeah, it was a good bit of training then. And your time, your best lap was 45 something.
45 something, which is I'm okay with
that. Just slow and steady.
Yeah, just bring it in, just enough to win the race. That's all that's needed.
Okay, and coming up, we're into Star Marine. What are you going to be flying in? Sorry, we're in Squadron Battle, aren't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you going to be flying in there?
I'll be in the Gladius Valiant.
Okay. All right, we're looking forward to that.
Yeah. New variant of the Gladius, so yeah, it's going to be good.
All right. Cool. Well, Jared and Tyler, back over to you.
All right, Cameron, thanks.
That was good.
Yeah,
I like that. That was funny. Sorry. I love you, Cameron. I love you.
We do love you. That is Cameron Wilkie, guys. He is our events manager out of the Manchester office. Came aboard right before Gamescom, and he's been a pleasure to work with.
I got to meet him at CitizenCon, and super nice guy.
So thank you, Cameron. So into my ears. So thank you, Cameron, once again for being our man on the street there in Manchester. So as our players are loading into Squadron Battle, again, 10 versus 10. Tyler, what's our point total right now? We've completed one event. Who's ahead right now?
You were right when you said you were not math. Right now, we've played one match in Europe 1, so it is 25-0. However, if you don't feel like watching the next part, you don't have to, because Team USA is going to win. It's going to be 25-25.
Ow!
That might be.
That was them.
But okay, so again, we're in Arena Commander. We're getting ready to load into Squadron Battle. Getting ready to load into
a lot of the new ships that are coming with patch 2.6. They'll be flying as well.
Let's talk about those. We've got the Hornet. The Hornet Wildfire. Hornet Wildfire. We've
Saber Comet, which is my favorite. I love the camo with the blue. If you can't tell, I'm repping the blue today.
You are repping the blue today. We have the Gladius Valiant.
Yes, and then the Avenger Renegade.
The Avenger Renegade.
Yes. And I don't think anybody's going to be flying the 85X in this.
Probably not in Squadron Battle.
I don't think that would work very well.
Battle.
And if they are, I'm going to be very disappointed in them.
All right. So we are watching folks load in right now. We will be switching to the match momentarily. This is Team USA's chance to get on the board.
Yes. And I know that Team Europe actually has been practicing this for weeks. It wasn't actually until Team USA. Well, I'm totally talking bad about my team right now, but you know what? I'm just going to go there. Team USA didn't even realize that UK was practicing. When they found out, they went hard.
Yeah. So. All right, so folks are loading in right now.
Yeah,
we've almost got a full complement of players. This is, again, for those of you who are just joining us, for the RSI Cup, which will be an item that will be awarded to all Star Citizen backers, blazoned with the name of the winning team for all time.
And I believe there's actually empty slots underneath, so for future tournaments.
I'd like to see a best moments
still
comp vid. I think Griffin had one.
All right. Nope. Okay. All right. So right now we're having some technical problems. We are going to get ready to go one more time to Ben Lesnick, who's going to talk to you a little bit about what's going on with our holiday sale and all our holiday activities. So Ben, take it away, sir.
Hey everybody, hope you can hear me this time. I did want to talk a little bit about some of what we're going to offer in the Voyager Direct store after 2.6 goes live, because we've got a whole bunch of weapons this time around. There's 2 new ship guns and more missiles and missile racks than I can count.
I don't have enough alcohol
if
for
you check out
this.
some of the weekly newsletters we send out, and by the way, let me move that aside. If you have not checked out the weekly newsletter, do. We have, in the past 2 months, totally revamped these. There's unique Star Citizen stuff in each one. The newsletters are one of the best ways to get information about the game. Anyway, if you've been following the newsletter the last few months, we've sneak peeked a couple of the missiles. They're out of the group in the UK, and they're beautiful. They're a lot of fun. So there's going to be all sorts of new toys to play with in Voyager Direct once we go live. I talked a little bit about the MISC Racer already. That's our cool new racing ship.
Let's talk about the SciTech
I want to let you guys know that there are not 1, not 2, not 4, but 3 entirely new Star Citizen in-universe brochures available on the website right now. We did for the Herald. We've got an advertisement for a company called FTL Couriers that uses the Herald legitimately, not a pirate group. So we wanted to show what the Herald is actually used for in the Star Citizen world before more nefarious folks get their hands on it. For the
you don't, Target Drone, you don't have anything from Voyager Direct. They've refunded everything from Voyager Direct into REC or UEC.
Yeah, we've got sort of a traditional racing team brochure for the MISC Racer, and then for the
Xylo. I believe we need to embrace all of our failures and our own mistakes, but not sober. This is just the reason why I'm drinking while I'm doing this. But you're welcome. You're welcome. Get revenge somehow. You can get revenge by putting on that Uncle Sam outfit again and do the RSI Cup again. I'm trying to convince DJ to have y'all do an Arena Commander 2.0 or RSI Cup. Now you have North America versus Europe, old world versus new. I'm sure.
Drake Caterpillar. We've done. I say this every time we do a brochure that's a little different, but I truly.
I'll pause.
We mean it. And I can't take credit for this idea. It was our fantastic lore group, but we did a How Things Work book. Sort of like you would see at like a library or like a kid's book where they show how like tractor trailers and such work. So for the Caterpillar, we did this booklet of how the Caterpillar works. It's a big working ship in the Star Citizen universe, so it's got cutaways. And again, Paul Jones's art team in the UK did a wonderful job. It's an absolutely beautiful booklet. And MISC Racer itself is really exciting.
I have nightmares about this shit show. So you have to embrace it. What I'm trying to say there, Xylo, is I'm trying to get y'all to embrace it. Bring back the RSI Cup. Live stream the RSI Cup. Now that you have North America and Europe, and you've got brand new Arena Commander, bring it back. Bring it back. I want to see, now that Jared lives in the UK, I want to see him wear that ridiculous outfit again. And I need you in that stylish ascot. It's art. Thank you, Winter. Thank you.
To me, because it's a ship we started working on earlier in the year, and one of those ones we're not allowed to talk about that sometimes get leaked a little bit occasionally. So you may have known the Razor was coming, but we have a whole range of these ships that I was lucky enough to help put together. Razor is the very first one, and there's going to be half a dozen or so in 2017 that I'm really excited to share with you guys, because other than interacting with the community, the most exciting part of my job is thinking up spaceships and then seeing much more talented people actually make them. So it's going to be a good year. Well, let's keep talking.
I love you, Ben. I'm sorry.
So that is everything that's available on the site right now. We're going to do 2 Q&As for the MISC Racer
so
next
bad.
week. Standard format.
It's so
we'll get
bad.
questions out to the devs.
All right.
They may be a little slower coming along.
I will pause this because this is something that Tyler told me. So Xylo, you can correct me if I'm wrong. But they cut to you without any teleprompter, so you had to come up with an MVP on the spot, right? Was it this one or was it a different one that you had to do that? Because I told that story and everyone in chat was like, "Holy shit, Xylo is absolutely the man for coming up with that on the spot." So,
folks are headed off for the holidays, but we will get your questions about this one answered. The cool thing about the Racer is this is, of all of the Star Citizen ships, we've got the Mustang Gamma, we've got the Mustang Omega, the 350R, the M50. They're all racing ships, but they're all either adaptations of existing ship chassis.
Oh, and Christian, the one that's in the thumbnail is actually New Corvo, I believe. It's Vega.
Or in the case of the M50, it's a dual role because it's intended to be sold as an interceptor also. So the really cool thing about the MISC Racer is that it is designed from the ground up as a racer. This is a ship that was intended to win. And next year we're going to have the 2947 Murray Cup, and MISC is hoping to place.
Can we get a bunch of emotes in the chat for Ben? Because Ben had to just had to stretch. Ben is just ad-libbing at this point. He's just going.
So with that,
get some love in chat for
the game
for Ben.
Thanks, Ben. That's a lot of information ready to go. So we still have our players readying up. Hopefully shortly we'll be ready to do the biggest squadron battle that we've ever done on a broadcast.
No, absolutely.
10 versus 10 in Arena Commander.
No, absolutely. And one of the things I'm really looking forward to seeing is also some of the new camera stuff that we've been mentioning earlier in the stream.
Oh, yeah.
Because we have a couple spectators who are going to be in the game mode as well, so we can jump to them. But yeah, 2.6 bringing a lot of new camera controls and.
Oh, I'm here. The game is starting.
Yeah.
Let's take a look here
We're going
now.
in.
There we go. All right. So we have players starting their positions.
Look at that old HUD.
They haven't engaged yet. They're in the feeling
All right,
out
Team
portion.
USA. Don't let me down.
Here's Matt Sherman filling in for Vinny Sinatra, who went down with a terrible stomach bug. Vinny, we're all thinking about you. All right, he's looking for target there. Oh,
overshot.
Yeah. Obviously, he's discovering that new afterburner system, which is dangerous in a map like Dying Star with all of these asteroids. So he's got his missile lock. Is he going to do anything with it?
Probably get a little bit closer.
All right, let's check in with a member of our UK team here. Here is Melissa Estrada herself. Oh, and there's Mickey. Mickey, you may remember from from Around the Verse.
Yeah, no, she's hosted quite a few of them now.
Actually, did you know that Mickey actually hosted Around the Verse for the first time her second week with the company?
Are you serious?
Yeah. So she's there. She's trying to get missile lock. There's a missile cam, and looks like somebody knows how to use
Fun fact about her: she's actually closely embedded with the character art team. Helps them a lot.
Yes, she does. All right, now we're going to check in with Colby, Mr. Meantime himself, here at QA in the LA office here.
Just take a moment to appreciate his face. That is a game face.
He is good, as he is engaged with Andrew Maudsley. Now, Colby is flying a Hornet Wildfire, and it looks like Andrew Maudsley is being chased in his Avenger Renegade.
Oh, we got to see a little glimpse of the new pickups that are in patch 2.6.
But Colby, look at the look on his face. Andrew Nicholson took out Colby. He does not look happy about that. Let's check in on New Blood here. Andrew Hernando found one of the fuel replenishments. Now, one of the things
actually
that
getting in there.
He is. One of the things that separates Arena Commander from life in the business
I'm turning this off and giving every stream that is not AstroPub a giveaway interest right now. Just
the gamified nature. This is a game within a game.
You can't run away from it, Tyler. You can't run away from the fast. Embrace it.
You see on the screen now, you can see ammo pickups, repair pickups, missile pickups, all kinds of things which are necessary to remain effective inside a game like Arena Commander.
Absolutely.
So we'll check in one more time with the UK. We see Melissa Estrada
He's really getting in there.
Yeah, he's getting better.
Melissa Estrada actually was in the Austin, Texas studio for a long time. We worked really close together on the QA team. Now she's in the Frankfurt studio working very close with the engine team. She's very good at our editor.
And looks like she's got somebody who's actually just
looks like
stalking
ProSalt.
him.
That's Eric Pietro in the LA studio, another QA tester.
Bubba Weave, Eric!
And she is sharp there.
She's just picking him off one after another. Come on.
I think she's disabled his ship too. Either that or Needs to learn to fly.
So let's check in again with Andrew Hernando here. He's got Idris in his sights here. Now, Idris is a member of our Manchester team.
I can't say it enough. I am proud of him. I mean, we keep cutting to him, and he is right in the action. I expected him to hang back. I mean, he's new.
Yep, and he's always tracking down those power-ups.
He really is. He's utilizing the pickups.
He got so many power-ups, we can't even tell what he got. Missiles, repair. Good job, newbie.
It kind of pains me to say this, but let's talk score real quick. Right now, Team USA at 11,435. Team Europe over 6,000 ahead with 17,600 and climbing.
Team Europe. Let's check in on one of our observer cameras here. Here is a lovely
beautiful,
Here's a lovely Avenger Renegade. Off on a leisurely stroll through Outdying Stars.
They're also the VFX for the thrusters in the back are also new to patch 2.6.
Oh, yes, they are. Good call. Let's check in once again with our UK staff. Here's Andrew Nicholson. Now, Andrew Nicholson started life as a QA tester.
He did. He actually was leading QA in the UK, but he moved on, and now he is a designer.
Now he's a designer.
Recently responsible for the key bindings overhaul we had.
Yeah, this is the infamous show that everyone laughs about. We actually have Tyler in chat.
Looks like he's having a close encounter with that. Glad we got that on camera. Sorry, Andrew. Sorry, Andrew. Let's check in one more time with Matt Sherman here. Matt Sherman subbing in for Vinny Sinatra.
He is stone-faced and focused.
Now, Tyler, once again, you know what they're playing for. They're playing for nothing short of immortality.
Well, and 25 points. Don't forget that.
Well, the 25 points are heading towards their immortality to get for their chance to have their name emblazoned on the RSI Cup, awarded to all of our backers for displaying in their hangars for all time.
Absolutely. So we've got
still
just
waiting
over
on that
15
cup,
minutes
CIG.
left. Team Europe is still holding that around 6,000 point lead, but that's nothing. I mean, we've seen 6,000 points change in the matter of 30 seconds. It just matters on if they're really getting in there or not.
Let's check in one more time with our UK team. Here's Mickey Oliver one more time. She just evaded a missile. Fantastic job, Mickey.
Now, if there was a prize for grabbing the most pickups, Andrew would be in first place right now.
Yes, now Andrew Hernandez has been doing a fantastic job picking up the prizes. Now, we're following Melissa Estrada right now, and I have a fun fact here. It says Melissa Estrada is obsessed with cats, and her life's ambition is to hug every cat in the world.
Do you know where that phrase came from? I want to hug every cat in the world. That was actually from the first episode of Which Glitch that we did. I introduced them all. She sat to my right, and she was supposed to say a one-liner, and she said she wanted to hug all the cats in the world.
Oh, and she just took out Underscore. Now, Underscore.
And immediately grabbed the pickups, too.
Underscore was... Folks, Underscore was a member of the community.
I forgot Underscore was part of this.
He's also my
roommate. My God.
I mean, he's also my roommate, period. Great guy. Absolutely great guy. He actually works really close with the DevOps team. He's being trained by Jeffrey Pease, does a lot.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Underscore.
Of stability work.
I forgot he was part of this.
Right now we're following Tyler Tomlinson as he is stalking Wayne Owens. He had Steve Brennan in his sights before, but he decided that he found a more attractive target.
Oh, come on.
Come on, Tyler. This is your chance. Team Europe is running away with this thing.
Lights on you.
But the missile's not enough.
Nope. Sure
the missile's not enough.
No,
right,
he's on it. He's got his gimbals locked. He's moving in. Missile locked.
All right, we'll check in one more time with the UK here. Here's Wayne Owens.
Look at that face. That is some Braveheart stuff.
Yeah, he definitely has that fantastic, fantastic focus
it's intimidating.
Face. He is stalking. Meantime, our own Colby Snyder here in the LA office. I wonder if Colby even knows he's there. Let's check in on Colby and see what Colby's doing. Nope. Colby's not even aware he's there. Colby is tracking his own target, has no idea Wayne is behind him, just picking up. Oh, no, they're actually in jousting now. He's found Wayne now.
It looks like Mickey just died in the
Merry
background.
Cringemas to Tyler and all of you chat members. Merry Cringemas.
Dog fight here.
Cringemas in July.
And it looks like Team Europe has even grown their lead up by about 7. Oh, no, more than that. About 10,000 right now. Just over 13 minutes.
Let's check it on this Gladys Valiant. Gladys Valiant's looking for somebody to fight. Oh, but he's down a wing. That's unfortunate.
Oh, that was perfect. That was a perfect cut.
That was Mr. Wayne Owen. That was Mr. Wayne Owen.
Absolutely.
I would check in one more time with Matt Sherman.
That looked like it was the Hornet Ghost that we were on a moment ago.
Matt Sherman tracking down Andrew Maudsley one more time. He's saying, I've got a Saber, you've got an Avenger. Matt, I'm sure Matt feels like he has the advantage right now.
Oh, he's getting in there. You see the VFX on those cannons also new to patch 2.6. I really like them.
Those old gimbals, baby.
One more time with Tyler Tomlinson. Tyler Tomlinson, he's tracking down Shamaros. Shamaros is our own Ray Warner out of the UK.
Why does your team have to have some complicated names? We're just like Tyler, Colby.
And we have a fun fact for Ray Warner. He says he bangs his head against the wall to burn 150 calories an hour.
What?
We'll see if that's
that makes a lot of sense when you talk to him. That makes a lot of sense.
Check in once more time with the UK here. We have Andrew Nicholson. He's on Pro Salt's tail again.
I love the face paint. He's got the UK.
Bring back the face paint, CIG.
Well, this is a team.
I want to see the earnestness.
International competition.
So Pro Salt can't do anything to shake Andrew Nicholson. Andrew Nicholson is just on him like white on rice, which is not to say any insult to those lovers of brown rice. Yeah, they're not all going to be winners. You don't have to look at me like that, Tyler.
I'm sorry. Yeah, they can't see me looking at you like, what?
I'm sure they can feel you looking at me like that.
Well, they're doing the same thing. They're all looking at you like that, too.
Oh, the Ram
Oh,
strat.
and he went head-to-head with Pro Salt, and Andrew came out on top.
The Ram strat.
Even if he did it the hard way. Let's check in one more time with Colby Snyder here. Colby Snyder's got Andrew Nicholson in his sights. I'm thinking he wants payback.
No, I think he got him.
Okay.
And he's picking up those ammo pickups.
Oh, USA's closing the lead.
The entire competition. They are up 25 points, but Team USA is closing the gap.
Yeah,
on this
they
dogfight.
really are actually. Just noticing that right now. It's about a little under 5,000. Points are going up fast though, so there's a lot of combat taking place right now.
Colby has decided to show up. He is doing some massive damage.
The gap just closed a lot. We're within 3,000 points of each other right now. Come on, Team USA. I believe.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, matches in Arena Commander end when one of two conditions are met: when either the time limit counts down, or the winning team reaches a total score of 60,000 points.
I believe that is correct. Yes.
All right. So we are just about halfway through this match.
Yeah, in both avenues. Yeah.
See, you said I don't know math.
I will dress up as Papa Cringemas.
Well, what's the saying? Broken
full
clock
beard.
Twice a day.
And so am I.
Or is it once a day?
All right, so we're checking in with Melissa Estrada here. Melissa Estrada is looking for somebody to kill. Looks like she's found underscore. You got any words of encouragement for underscore?
No, not at all. I am fixated on the score right now because Team USA is just over 2,000 points behind. It looks like they may actually catch up.
Switching to Andrew Hernando here and his Avenger. He has got Idris in his sights. There is a lot going on around that one.
I'm going to pause this because I am legitimately invested in this. I am not joking when I say CIG needs to bring this back. This is freaking amazing.
That's right.
Idris. Not an actual Idris. Oh, that would be epic.
I wonder if he gets that a lot.
Probably.
Sorry, Idris. Let's see if that's mentioned.
Dude, look at Andrew go. I'm super impressed right now.
Idris's fun fact is that he sometimes gets mistaken for Mark White.
I think that Team Europe heard me warning them about Team USA catching up because they have started to.
Wow, they really
widen the margin.
Widen the margin. There you go. Thank you. This is what I have here.
Okay. Let's check back in one more time with the UK feed. Here's Mickey Oliver in her own Avenger. Who's she got? She's got underscore in her sights. Underscore seems to be attracting a lot of Team Europe's attention. You can do it, underscore.
You know, it's rumored that underscore is one of the better pilots in the Austin office, so we'll see if you can pull this through for him.
Do I have a fun fact for underscore?
For underscore?
Yes, it says his pastime is watching football, and his obsession with Star Citizen led him to joining our team. Also, he's a trained yo-yo judge.
I'll just tell you right now, you don't need to read anything. I can tell you all of his most embarrassing secrets, but I'll save that.
All right, with that, let's check in one more time on Matt Sherman, our own Matt Sherman, technical designer out of the Los Angeles studio. Subbing in for our own Vinny Sinatra, who went down with a stomach bug. Survives this midair collision. Lives to fight another day. Who's he got in his sights right now?
Yes, that's what I mean. With the upcoming revamp of AC, this is the perfect time for another RSI Cup.
Oh, it's Idris again.
Oh, he's got Idris.
Do not run from the past.
Over 8 minutes
Embrace
left.
it.
Team Europe is ahead by just under 9,000 points. It's going to be potentially close.
Team Europe pulling farther and farther
They are,
away,
but
man.
I'm not giving up yet, okay? I'm still believing in Team USA.
All right, we're going to check in one more time with newbie Andrew Hernando.
I think Andrew's going to take it home.
You know,
I'll answer your question then, Richard Man, here in a moment.
Talking about him in rehearsal, I think. He probably went home last night.
No, we were
and
talking
spent
a lot of
all night
crap.
practice.
We were talking a lot of crap.
All night practicing, because when we were practicing before, Andrew was taking a scenic tour of of the Dying Star map. No, maybe he was doing that to throw people off, though.
Yeah.
Lower expectations so we can come in and surprise everybody. We'll check it one more time now with Tyler Tomlinson. Tyler Tomlinson got Shamaros one more time in his sights.
Yeah.
But
we're
doesn't
talking about
have
the ship.
any
Yeah, the
missiles
ship's
left
F8.
to use.
He sure does. It's looking like this is getting very close to being over, with Team Europe less than 5,000 points away from winning round 2. Earning themselves another 25 points, putting them at 50-0. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. There's still time.
Do we know how to pick them or what? Checking one more time with our own Colby
that's
Snyder here.
up.
Colby Snyder's picking up a wealth of rewards here.
Team USA needs to be focusing right now on combat. You do not just get points from kills, you also get points for damaging.
It was the F8C there,
We'll
Merchant.
take a look at the UK feed here. We've got Andrew Nicholson. Andrew Nicholson's got Colby in his sights. We have a fun fact about Andrew Nicholson. It says, Jared, I don't like fun facts. Bite me.
Wow. All right.
Thanks for your fun fact there, Andrew Nicholson. That's really helpful.
That was very reflective of his real personality, too.
Yeah, that's what you get. See the look on his face right after he died.
Less than 4,000 away from finishing round 2, Team Europe. Well, at least we'll get to see Cameron again.
Yep.
Love
Melissa
that guy.
Estrada, after our own Andrew Hernando there. I think she's realized he's a bigger threat than she thought, than we all thought.
Thank you.
And we
That'll
are
be the
on
lightning, right?
last
No, it's the
kill of
F8
match,
lightning.
guys. One
It's just
more
the
kill,
F8,
and
F8C.
the game
F8A.
is won.
Yep.
Hey.
That's it again. Team Europe has done it in round 2.
Good
I'm
job,
tempted
Europe.
to rage quit right now.
Yep. And we got our final.
All right, I'll be right back, chat. I'm going to use the restroom one more time, and then get the last little bit, because we've got an hour left still. They've only got a Star Marine match left. What? I'll be back. Yes, this is what it looks like when Paul's taking the piss.
Got our final. We got a graphic here for that. Let's. Winner, Team Europe. All right. And so we'll check in one more time with our friend Cameron Wilkie over in the UK. As soon as we get confirmation that he's on camera, we can see. So Team.
It is Christmas in July, so it's Cringemas in July. This is the worst season for content for Star Citizen. I'm gonna get drunk and watch the worst thing that CIG's ever produced. All right, Buster, don't hate me, okay?
Europe up 2 events to none for a grand total of you are the math wizard.
Weapons free,
You're the
y'all.
math wizard. How many points do they have now, Tyler?
Well, they got 25 from the first round, 25 for the second round, so it's currently 53-0. Team Europe is in the lead.
All right. Now let's go to Cameron Wilkie.
Who won racing?
Cameron Wilkie,
EU won
you guys
racing.
ready to go?
2 words. Distress bacon.
All right. Good hit. There we go.
Oh yes. The cringe. Thank you, chat. Thank you.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Oh my fucking god. Oh, Oh!
All right. So welcome back to the UK. This is Cameron Wilkie here. You're a marketing and events manager. I'm here with Melissa, who just did a brilliant effort in Arena Commander. Melissa, how was it for you?
Not too bad. I didn't do as good as I wanted to, but
Okay.
I got to try and do Husky, and that was important.
That was very important. I know you were looking forward to that all day.
Yes, I was. We have a long-standing rivalry now. We're on opposite sides of the continent, or the world, rather, so we can
I love it. I
kill
love
each
it.
other legitimately.
And today with
And
complete
justifiably.
indiscrimination.
Exactly.
Yeah. And what were you flying?
I was in the Saber Comet.
How was it handling?
Pretty well.
Okay, so I mean, if it's not handling well, you can always give the gentleman to the right of you a bit of a nudge, can't you?
Yeah, I think next time I'd probably prefer it in using a joystick, like with the whole toss on it, and probably make all the weapons fixed instead of having one just gimbaled.
Prefer the fixed weapons, all right. Yeah. Well, it was good to give it a try today, and it's another win for Team UK, so back over to you in LA.
Thanks, Cameron. All right, so
Love
Team
it.
Europe up 2 events to 0 for a grand total of 50 points. That means that in the final heat, Star Marine, they only need to win 2 matches. They win two
And then
rounds of
it's
Star
over.
Marine. They get the grand total of 100 points, and they get immortality in everybody's hangar with a 2946 RSI Cup trophy emblazoned
All
with
right, you don't need to use so many
Team
words.
Europe.
You don't need to use so many words. You're
Team
clearly rubbing this in. By the way, Cameron, your first beer is on me tonight.
He's definitely earned a beer.
I think
too.
so.
So right now we are waiting for folks to load into Star Marine. Now we are playing Star Marine tonight on a new map called Echo 11.
Yes, we've shown a little bit of it in a couple episodes of Around the Verse, but we haven't gone too in depth. So I'm really excited for people to check it out. The cool thing about Echo 11 is it's I don't even know how to properly describe it. So there's giant asteroids, and you can go on either side or EVA in between the two, and it's really cool.
Yeah, Echo 11 is actually 3 levels. So there's a lower level, a middle
I
level,
love it.
and a top level.
And
But
again,
in between,
I keep saying
the entire thing.
Bring back the RSI Cup. Force Jared into that freaking meat eater, beef eater costume, and Tyler back into the Uncle Sam. And Tyler, if you're still watching, if you haven't run off in shame, don't not have you force Jake to wear it. Galactica will wear it. I guarantee you she would rock that for the entire time. Why did CIG ghost us on the postmortem last week? Blast it? I don't know.
Like the hole in a donut is this giant EVA area. So
Yeah.
you can actually cross from 1 to 3, from 2 to 1, through the, not just through the corridors and through the map, but a lot of gameplay on Echo 11 comes down to how effectively you use those 0G shortcuts that are available. And there's loads of weapons scattered throughout. There's many ways to play Echo 11, as we've discovered in our internal playtests.
Absolutely.
And we're excited to have this opportunity to show you live gameplay on Echo 11 with our teams in Europe and
Hell yeah. Yeah,
United States.
there's safe routes to get across the EVA, so there's a lot of strategy that comes into play with this map. It's a larger map, so we're going to be having larger teams. We're going to be doing 10v10.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of strategy that comes involved. Like if you want to get from one side of the map to the other quickly, you can go straight out into the open, or you can take the safe route. It takes a little bit longer. So I think this is going to be really good. I think it's going to be really good.
Yes,
All right,
the Galactica has the Statue of
are
Liberty.
Loading in as we speak. As soon as they are ready to go, we will cut to the live gameplay, guys.
I also think Galactica would instill more fear in the North American team.
So
game mode, control. It's called Last Stand.
Last
yeah,
Stand.
we didn't talk about that, right?
No, we haven't talked about Last
okay,
Stand.
so the game mode that they're going to be playing is called Last Stand. Many of you FPS players out there may be familiar with it. It is a capture point game mode, so A, B, C, D. Now, as you capture a game point by hacking the terminal, as long as you are the last team that captured it, you own that, and your points will accrue. The more terminals that you own, the more points that you accrue.
Yep. Now, when Team Anvil played Team Aegis back during our anniversary live stream,
yeah.
One of the ways that Team Anvil absolutely dominated the Star Marine portion was by making effective use of those capture points and those terminals. Because a lot of folks think, yeah, you just run around, run and gun, shoot people. That's all there is to a tactical FPS. But tactics are so important to the emerging Star Marine experience.
You love bringing up the Aerospace Expo.
You have to play the objectives.
No, it's you are
this.
absolutely right. That's one of the things that can easily be a downfall for your team. And honestly, even when QA is testing this, when I'm back in Austin, they're getting into these heated battles. Like, hey, let's we're testing it, but let's really see which side wins while testing it.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is if people focus too much on the elimination aspect of the game. I mean, you can have 20 kills and 2 deaths, but if you're not capturing the points, your team is not going to win.
Well, that's what we did to you. That's what we did to your team last time. We had 3 guys.
Let me tell you something,
just going crazy and engaging you, and we had a small strike team that was just hitting points and points and points. And we're like, don't engage.
I can
just
only
hit the points.
carry so much on my back.
Well, that's why they call you the trash man, right? You're carrying the trash.
You know what?
Ouch.
That's why.
Ouch.
I like that.
Yeah. This was an oversight. I thought that this would work better.
All right,
but
we are almost ready, guys. We are watching folks load into the map right now. This is Star Marine on Echo 11. Now, Echo 11 is a real space station that will exist in the Star Citizen universe.
Absolutely.
Just like Station Demian, it exists in the Nexus system. The Nexus system is one of Star Citizen's many game systems that are slated to come online. You can learn a lot more about the Nexus system in the Lore Maker's Guide to the Galaxy series, which is available on our YouTube channel now. And yeah, so these aren't precisely the same versions that you're going to see in the Persistent universe.
Yeah.
Because this is a gamified version. And we hear that we are ready to go. The game is starting.
There we go.
And here we are.
All right, Team USA, let's make up for the Aerospace Expo right now.
So right now we are following Matt Sherman here on the United States team.
Now, Matt Sherman works a lot on ships, so I'm hoping he has done some practicing.
And he's chosen to
Love
break
old
off.
Star Marine.
That was
the new vault animation that he hopped over as well. But I'm okay with him breaking off from the group if they fan out and get those capture points.
I don't know about that. Let's check in with Andrew Hernando. Now, see, Andrew Hernando staying with our own Tyler Tumlinson here. They've chosen to assault their control point together in numbers.
Yeah, I prefer to think the buddy system is ideal here.
Oh, but
Michael Blackard, yes. Fun fact about Michael Blackard, he's a veteran console player who acts as our gamepad testing expert for Squadron 42 and the Austin studio.
Did you see that newbie just took out Andrew Nicholson? Andrew Nicholson didn't even see it coming.
Well, yeah, Andrew Nicholson was Team Europe, though. It was well-deserved.
Hack.
He's got that laser rifle.
Oh, Andrew's trying to hack.
Oh, he's trying to hack, but he's under fire.
This is where the buddy system comes into play.
That and so important what he just did right there. Andrew broke off from the terminal.
Right here, look at this.
Let Matt Sherman get the cap. Went away and then used a heal. Now,
yes,
you can bleed
now
out in
he's
this
covering.
game. It's one of the most important mechanics that you have to manage in Star Marine.
Oh, I don't know how many times I've seen that. Somebody gets into a firefight, they win, they go to hack the terminal, they bleed out mid-hack. You have to heal.
Yep, you have to.
I mean, it's
heal
crucial. And Andrew takes.
Oh,
what the
grenade.
use of a grenade!
Andrew Nicholson got newbie back
That
with a grenade.
was amazing.
Let's check in on the UK right now. There's Wayne Owen.
Wayne Owen, first place in the race. Let's see how he is in FPS.
Wayne Owen is a particularly dark section
Listen.
of the map there. He's got his flashlight
He's
on.
being much more strategical.
Jock Cop, this is the example of the internet is forever. You put it out on the internet, it will always be there, no matter how much you try to burn it.
So he's playing the waiting game. Camping is a legitimate strategy. Let's check in now with Colby. Colby just met Andrew Nicholson, too, and Andrew Nicholson just took him to school,
Colby
dropped
just
him off
rage
at the
quit,
corner,
yeah.
and didn't even pack him a lunch.
Wow. Did you just make that up? Did you just make that up? That was. I don't know if I like that or not.
Sorry. It's better than the brown rice one, though, isn't it?
No, yes, I'll give you that much. Now, Tyler Tumlinson, I know, does a lot of testing on Star Marine as well in the Austin, Texas studio.
All right, so
Curious
Tyler
what his
here,
weapon of choice is
looks
here.
like he's taken to the
going
zero
to
G,
EVA.
but this is the EVA axon. Now he is using the shortcut to go to control point B. So right now control points are pretty. Oh.
Yeah, right now Team Europe has the lead with 3 control points. Team USA with only 1. Team USA 59 points. Team Europe 92.
And there's Tyler with the heal. So important in a match like this. All right, checking in one more time with Matt Sherman here, subbing in for Vinny Sinatra.
And you see in the bottom left corner, it looks like he is injured right now, so I don't know if he has any heals left.
And worth pointing out, Team Europe is ahead in this match because once again, they are owning the control points. Team Europe with 3 control points.
You know
Team
what?
USA with only 1 control point. They're not going to win
I
this match
can't
with
even.
only
I
one
can't even
control
argue
point.
it. It's true.
They're not going to win this match with only one control point. Here's Andrew Nando. Now Andrew Nando has switched from the laser rifle to his bearing.
Yes,
and
the
Wayne
ballistic
Owen
rifle.
made him pay for it.
P4AR. That's my weapon of choice.
Checking one more time with the UK team. Here's Mickey
Mickey
Oliver.
Another with the heel.
You got to manage those heels.
I love the new radar as well. It's 22.6.
Oh, but killed
taken
while
out.
reloading.
That
That
heel
is-
did her no good.
That is never any good.
Oh,
What's
nice.
going on here? Now, look, Team Europe looks like they've captured all 4 control points. Oh, no, they've only captured 3. The readout here is actually incorrect. We will switch to Tyler Tomlinson here.
Now that camera that we just saw was actually the free cam that is going to be available in patch 2.6.
And Tyler Tomlinson seeing a control point, but he's got folks coming
Oh,
in.
grenade out. No! He's someone that got him from behind.
Oh, they exchanged grenades. Melissa Estrada with
That
another
is
grenade.
brutal.
Let's check in on Colby Snyder, Mr. Meantime himself. Where are you going, Colby? You going to hack control point D? Is that where you're going?
I think he's going to hide at
I'm
this point, 'cause
disgusted,
right now,
Team
Europe
America.
is up by over 100 points.
Team America.
Colby definitely playing it safe, checking the corners.
About 2.5 minutes left on the clock. This is
Finally.
round 1 of 4. So we'll well, it could be over a lot sooner than that if Europe keeps this up, though.
Ah!
Steve Brennan taking Colby out.
Checking with Andrew Nando.
Control point lost.
I'm telling you, this guy's growing on me. He's getting good.
So Andrew falling behind a teammate here. There's a number of teammates in close proximity to control point C. Let's see if they bother capturing it.
Oh, getting the ammo refill. Smart, smart. Andrew seems to really utilize the environment with the pickups in the squadron battle. Now the ammo box is here. Oh, grenade out. The grenades are coming back in return, though.
Oh, but he got Melissa with
He
it.
did. He
got
sure
Melissa
did.
with
The
it.
grenade landed right at Melissa Estrada's feet.
Let's check in with the UK team again.
Oh,
Here's
that
Andrew
performance. That garbage performance.
Now look at this. Team Europe about to
look at their
capture
coordination.
another kill.
Like, I know I'm Team.
Okay, so I'm going to say so far, I think the rest of this is just the RSI Cup. It was all of the stuff that wasn't pre-recorded was horrible. And this is legitimately saving it. This entire competition is saving it.
USA, but their coordination, they have 2 people, one checking left, one checking right. Andy on the control point. I mean, that's how you win.
Team Europe came into this competition ready to play.
They did.
So Andrew Nichols is going around saying, "I have
And
all
this
the
this
control
is
points.
this is just about over again. I mean,
What is there left for me to
Team
do?"
Europe at 230-ish points with 3 control points, while Team USA only has 1 control point at 113 points. Under 2 minutes left, but I don't think we're going to make it until the timer runs out this time.
No. Now they're just going to decide, do they want to go for the 4 cap? Andrew's falling behind Steve Brennan. They're approaching hack point A. With this point, they can go for the 4 cap and add insult to injury.
And it looks like they took it. And you know what this means, right? More awkward camera with Cameron.
Nice work.
I love you, Cameron. Now remember, this is an international competition, so we're dealing with a stream setup that is very, very complicated. A little bit of delays.
So here's Matt Sherman. He's falling in behind Tyler Tomlinson as they approach control point D. Better heal, Matt.
Now straight back into round
Matt,
2.
you have to heal. Matt has chosen not to heal, and you can see his screen coloring out. Matt was going to die. There was absolutely no way to avoid that. If he hadn't been shot at the end, he would have bled out.
So now that round 1 is over, that does award another 25 points to Team Europe. So it is currently 75-0.
Yep.
Now you know what that means. If Team Europe wins this round, that's it. It's all over.
Yep. So round 1 completed. We move directly into round 2. No time lost. But Team USA is taking those capture points seriously now. They've already got 1. They're capturing their 2nd. They have now split the control points.
Well done, Marine.
Finally
Keep
coming
an eye
back.
on Tyler Tomlinson. Oh.
Now, if you heard in your headset, you heard that. Well done, Marine.
Yep. Now Tyler Tomlinson is going to bleed out. He better heal. He's focusing on grenades. He's trying to play offensive. But
Yeah, he is bleeding right now. He needs to heal. If Tyler doesn't heal, he is going to die. Yeah, he is. He is bleeding out.
Looking for a health pack.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
A health pack, a health pack.
He is desperately
Kingdom
trying
for
to
a
find
health pack.
something. You see the colors. He's losing color in his screen as he bleeds out.
I believe we are.
This is
We're getting
vicious.
Star
We're
Marine
just
for.
watching this guy bleed. I feel like I should
for
go over
Arena
there and
Convention
hug him or
tomorrow.
something.
That's right. We'll check in on the UK team here. We have Melissa Estrada.
Melissa, she looks like she's on defense right now, holding down point D.
Well, one of her teammates went into that room and paid the price.
Oh, point C, actually. Yeah, see, this is smart, the defense.
Yes, they're playing much more tactically now. They've decided to hold on to their points and try to make the other team come to them.
They got the points first, got a small lead, and they're just holding them. It seems like they're not even going for the third point, unless they have a flanker.
Checking with our own Colby Snyder here. Colby, where are you going, man? He sees two of his teammates ahead. It looks like he's going to meet up with them.
All right, sticking with two and
and
ahead.
we have four members of Team USA in close proximity to Terminal C. Let's see if they go forward and actually try
Fun
to
fact
cap
about
it.
who he's following tune ahead, that's actually Don Allen. He's another tester who focuses on the PU. But most notably, he's been focusing on our demos that we've been doing for CitizenCon and for Gamescom and all of that jazz. Really awesome guy in the Austin studio.
See, we see Team USA here. They are sticking together, tight formation, moving from one room to the next. They are trying to approach. They are trying to approach point C.
It's not a huge gap right now. Team USA at 96, Team Europe at 128. Both teams have 2 control points and about 3.5 minutes left. And remember, if Europe takes this round, that's it. They also take home the RSI Cup.
And let's check in with our UK team here. Here's Wayne Owen. Oh, he fell in behind a teammate.
Oh, grenade out.
He's just
grenade
throwing
out.
grenades into rooms now. You never know. You know, it's called fishing. Sometimes you catch them.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't. I don't.
Nope. That's actually that's not true. I've seen you in some of the FPS playtests. You're pretty good.
Yeah, I was talking about actual.
Why did I just compliment you? I must be tired.
You must be very, very tired. We switch back to Tyler Tomlinson here just as he got a kill on.
So going strong, nice ones back to
Hey,
school
I just want to point
next week.
something out right now. Team USA has all 4 control points. They just took the lead for the first time in this entire tournament. Just over 2 minutes. If they can defend,
Control point lost.
things are going to change.
So much for the Kavor.
I might get to walk over there and talk to him. This is great.
Nice. Go USA.
Team Europe is taking back 2 of the control points, but that is okay. As long as, I'm going to say this loud so they can hear me, as long as Team USA holds 2 control points, you will win this round.
All right, we're switching over to the UK now. Looking at Mickey Oliver here. Mickey Oliver.
I don't know how this happened.
Oh, ran afoul of Michael CIG. Here's Andrew Nicholson.
This game is neck and neck, 145 to 143, 2.5 minutes left. The importance of this game for Team USA is huge for both teams, really.
Andrew Nicholson has realized that Team USA has decided to play the capture game now.
Yeah, they're moving a bit quicker, a little less strategy. They might be a little worried.
I told you, target drone, it's not in there.
Control point D. He knows there's somebody there capping right now, so there's a kill waiting for him.
And Team USA is widening the margin, as you would say.
Actually, you were going to say it. I gave the words.
Oh,
I wouldn't have said it.
You suck.
All right, so now they've split the control points. They've split the control points, but the damage is done.
It
Team
is.
USA is
Team USA is in the lead. As long as they hold those 2 points, if I were them, I would split up the team 5 and 5, 5 at each control point. I would hold it, and I would take this win.
Now Tyler CIG just became an ace. Hey Tyler, our own Tyler, what does becoming an ace mean?
Tyler, becoming an ace is similar to a killing spree in other games. You got 5 kills without dying. So Tyler Tomlinson over there, QA tester from the Austin office, is what they say on fire. And they are defending these points well.
Respawning.
There's less than a minute left. I think they're going to pull this off.
Nope. All they got to do is hang on to the control
Team
points.
Europe has to do something now.
What are you doing?
Or never.
He's trying to melee him, but bullets will do. Andrew Hernando with another kill on Melissa Estrada.
Oh no, Team Europe is taking one of the control points. And Andrew's going to save it. Andrew may have just had a game-winning play, stopping Steve Brennan from taking a control point. Just over 30 seconds left. That's going to be it.
Andrew, the
3 points for victory.
Hernando. Hustle us all in our
That's it. Andrew Hernando has won it. Team USA has won round 2. We're going to jump right back into round 3, I'm pretty sure.
No, I'm not going to beat Tavares history in the midterm.
25 points for USA.
Remember when TTK wasn't 3.3 seconds?
Now,
to be fair, Zero State, I remember when you could see the opponents you were shooting at.
Now the score is Team Europe with 75 points.
Team USA with
only
25 points. The thing is, if Team USA wins this round and the final 4th round, we're going to have a tie game, and we're going to have to go into a tiebreaker.
Yeah, but they got to win the next. In order for Team USA to
Hold
win
on,
this,
I feel like you're about to talk some crap.
Rounds. Team USA's got to win 3 rounds in a row.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Right off the bat, Team Europe has a short lead, but it's way too early.
Matt Sherman, he's bleeding out. Nice work. That guy Andrew Nicholson, but chose to go mano a mano without.
Come on,
healing.
Team USA. You need to get C. Team Europe's taking C. They're going to get an early lead, and if they hold it, that's going to be it.
We're now following MVP of Team USA, I think.
Seriously, Andrew Hernando, where did this come from? So Team USA only has 1 control point.
Checking
A lot of grenade use going in there.
Here's Melissa. Now, Melissa's obviously taken a healthy amount of damage here.
You know, I've noticed a trend with Melissa, though. It seems like she's always on the defense. She's really focusing on her strategy. I'm wondering if they had assigned a buddy system before this, because it seems like a lot of the pairs are consistent. UK has come prepared.
Now, folks watching at home may wonder where you've seen Melissa before. Melissa was one of our outlaw characters in our Gamescom demo.
Yes.
Specifically, she was the one that took the brunt of that freelancer fire and went flying way up into the air.
She was, yeah, the one who drove the rover and did that thing over and over as well. Or you may have recognized her from Witch Glitch.
Yep. Matt Sherman went head-to-head with Andrew Nicholson, and Andrew Nicholson said, I got face bullets for you.
Absolutely.
Welcome, Senalaya.
Right
Thank
now,
you for giving
just
that
over 5
sub
minutes.
to
If nothing
Zero
changes
State.
right now, then Team Europe is going to take it and be the champions of the RSI Cup.
Tyler Tomlinson, he's approaching control point B. Not meeting any resistance, but did find a friendly face. 2 friendly faces up ahead. So now he falls behind. There is safety in numbers in a game like this.
Absolutely.
Unless those numbers are on top of a grenade.
I love a lot of good grenades being thrown.
Oh, he threw a grenade, but it bounced
and
off
it's
the
rattling
down.
right next to him.
But he was smart enough to get away. Good job, Tyler. Other Tyler, I'm not talking about you.
Listen.
All right, we're switching to Andrew Nicholson here.
Perfect
Andrew
heal.
Nicholson
He almost bled out.
Took a lot of damage there.
did.
But luckily, he had his med pack.
He's still, look at these grenades. They're basically playing catch right now. Oh, here we go.
Oh, caught reloading. That is the worst.
I don't think
He has no health.
Heals left. I'm
He's
pretty
gonna
sure
die.
He's going to bleed out.
He just used his health
Yeah,
pack.
he is
has
bleeding
no
out right
health
now, so
pack.
his best decision right now is to rush. And this is another, and he bled out.
He bled out.
Again, though, the importance of knowing when to heal. I mean, he needed to use it earlier, so I mean that's the best he could do in the situation.
Now we're following Wayne Owen from Team Europe.
All right, Zero.
Team Europe, by the way.
Would you
in the
watch
lead,
this again
commanding 3
if they
control
did it
points.
for
They've held
like
it
the end
since
of the year
beginning
this
of
year?
the match. I'm
If
telling you,
CIG
their
did
strategy with
a live
defense
stream
is
of
taking this.
Europe versus North America, because I would watch
Really
the
cool
shit
look
out
at
of this.
The new bar.
Look, checking the score, he wants to see how far ahead he actually is. Yeah.
Hey!
Using the EVA
Glitch.
system, I don't know where he's going, so we'll go to Vince here. Vince just took out, Idris. Of course, I say Vince, but this is still
It's
actually
not. Yeah,
Matt
it
Sherman.
says Mayo Fumato, but
Yes. And again, if you're just joining us, Vinny Sinatra, a member of Team USA, went down this morning with a terrible stomach bug. So
yes,
Vince, we're thinking
Vince,
about
if
you.
you're watching this from bed right now, we love you, man. Get better, and we'll see you on Monday.
And honestly, on behalf of Team Europe,
He's always watching.
Yeah, honestly, that really was the most upset. Well, no, most upsetting part to me is he's not feeling well. But he was definitely the ace in our pocket.
Oh, Wayne Owen made.
I think this is over. This is over. It's Jover.
Yes, put some hearts in chat for Vince. Thank you.
It's Jover chat.
Yes, everybody, press F in chat.
Because you know he's
Put
watching
some
right now.
F's in chat.
F's,
for Vince.
F's and hearts.
All right, Tyler and Melissa going head to head.
Just ripping into Melissa Estrada. She is down.
Fighting for a control point.
I got to tell you, though, right now, 84 to 219, this is a huge gap.
Team USA would have to play on a Jared level.
They would need to take
us out.
Oh, shut up.
There's a nice scissors over there is. First I heard of Zero. Little I know he was such a bully.
Already starting to pop the champagne bottles because it looks like this is just about over.
It's Matt Sherman checking out all the.
We are getting this, but I don't think we're. I don't think we're gonna get.
This is gonna be it. I don't
we're gonna
think
get a
there's a way
2.0
at
by
this
then.
point.
Though.
7 points away. So let's go ahead and give an early congratulations. You're real proud, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're real proud, aren't you?
And that's so now. Congratulations to that. See. Yep.
That's game. CIJ wanted to erase this so much that there isn't even an RSI Cup out there. Oh, I love it. Oh, the cringe. Oh, oof, ooh. Oh, it's so good.
Brilliant.
That's
Good
so
job,
good.
Team Europe.
Oh,
well done, well done. Team Europe for the win. Whoa. Wayne, how you feel right now?
Fantastic. We took it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's round 4. What's going
Oh,
on?
we don't even need round 4. We can just idle by and let them do it. You can just play with one hand while I come around and chat to you guys.
I'm
Mickey,
going to be.
how many kills did you get in that?
That's
do you think?
not.
I think I got
That's not-
5.
Woo!
I'm working defensively, so I'm trying not to get.
I
loads
saw
of
you. I
kills.
saw you doing a lot of cover as the game went by. I heard you making a lot of calls about covering the team and working tactically there. That was brilliant.
Yeah. We like to. Well, it's the key, isn't it, to work all together to get them. So.
And this map needs a lot of teamwork, doesn't it? Because you've got the hacking system, and you need someone to cover you while you do it.
Yeah, it's very like the.
We're having severe
the
weather,
layout's
but
very
also,
sort of windy,
but so
it's got
thankful the
corners,
generator
so
kept
you've got to
power
make
and internet
sure
up.
that
It's a cringe-miss
call out to your
miracle.
team where
indeed.
everyone is. So.
And did I see you bounce a grenade around a corner at one point?
Maybe unintentionally.
Well, it works. Whatever you did, just keep it up. You just keep playing one-handed while we chat to the team about the win for Europe today.
Hey.
Andy, how's the game going for you?
It's going well. I am outplaying myself. I consider myself
and the USA at the same time. So
Of course,
so you're
yeah,
doubly
I mean,
brilliant.
I consider myself a journeyman when it comes to this first-person shooter malarkey, and I'm doing all right.
Now, have you formed any personal grudges? Was there anyone that killed you twice in a row today that you want to take out?
Well,
We ain't done.
Messy, but, you know.
We got 20 minutes left, chat. We ain't done.
Yeah, I think that's a theme of today, isn't it?
I did too.
Yeah.
I did
I've had
too,
a few
Madness.
with Mr. Meantime. A few grudges with him in the squad battle.
Okay. Oh, well, we can settle those later.
Oh.
Well done, well done.
Thank you.
Melissa, I see we're all still playing here, but I'm just going to come around and congratulate Team Europe on a job well done today.
Thank you.
How did you enjoy yourself? Did you have fun?
I did. I actually did.
Oh, it's
I
as
don't
bad
really
as I
play,
remember too, yes.
First-person shooters much, but I had a lot of fun playing with
You
everyone
look
here.
like you're enjoying this. So now that 2.6 is out, I think you're probably going to be playing a lot more first-person shooters.
I think so, so I can get some more practice under my belt.
And lastly, Mark, how was today for you?
It was pretty good. Good to see the team win.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
What are you looking forward to most when 2.6 goes live?
Seeing the fans' reaction, see how much they enjoy all the new stuff we put in.
All right. Well, fantastic. Well, look, we had so much fun here today in Wilmslow and Foundry 42, and we're going to kick it back over to you guys in LA to wrap things up. Thanks very much. Thank you for having us.
Black screen. Hey! Mwah.
So the Vandal fleet has been in existence for quite a while. We actually
no, that's
if you look online, you actually find lots of shots of the.
So that top one, that's the King ship. This is the quote unquote escort carrier. The one we saw right here is this one, the Corvette. And then there's, cargo ships and other things like that.
The initial models available to
Destroyer.
various people getting into the build. These ships we've kind of taken and we really kind of had to reinvent the wheel on how we would efficiently make these ships. So previously it was kind of thought that we could kind of model all this stuff and theoretically we could, like the render would deal with that okay, but the problem that you get in the engine is that when something drops below a pixel on the screen ratio, you get anti-aliasing. So, and when you're making a ship that's completely based around metal, essentially things run a high risk of turning into a beetroot at a given distance. So you can kind of log that stuff out as efficiently as you want to, but it just becomes far too labor intensive. It's really about kind of going back to the beginning and establishing, a more kind of alien look, should we say, for the whole fleet, and really kind of making that kind of foundation filter through to the rest of the fleet. So our hero asset, should we say, for the Vandal stuff is the driller at the moment. Matt and Colin have been working very hard on that and establishing really the pipeline and the work that goes into making that kind of look work. So it's not as black and white as, okay, we've made an Idris and then we go off and make a Vandal thing. The approaches are completely different. The styles are completely different. So you kind of have to have a different mindset when you're creating this stuff. So Matt and Colin have been kind of working in isolation for a while. We've tried our best to kind of give them the room and space to kind of establish this stuff, which they have done. I think what you see today will kind of nail that for you.
There you go. So as normal, Nate and his team have done a amazing job there with that beast, which you'll meet at some point in Squadron 42. So UEE pilots are going to have to have their hands full. Anyway, so now we got a glimpse of their ship. Let's sit here and have a little chat about the Vandal.
Yeah.
Cool. So we sort of been working on developing the ships themselves, which are, pretty interesting. I think maybe perhaps should we just show a little scale video to sort of see how they land?
Will we be able to steal those Vandal ships? Depends, because they're supposed to have self-destruct mechanisms on there. So, surprisingly, I've never watched this. It's not surprising.
Why not?
CIG has tried to scrub this from existence.
Absolutely.
First, let's do that. So if you guys can run the scale video so we can sort of see how a person lines up to the various ships. So you get an idea of scale and where kind of some of the Vandal ships fall.
King ship. A driller. Wow, driller's huge. Like a cruiser almost.
There you go. So you kind of have an idea of the range of scales, and of course, we build we build all those out properly, so they have interiors, and you can explore around them. And that's kind of one of the great things with Star Citizen. Obviously, two of the largest Vandal ships were sort of shown there.
They're massive.
They're big.
They're huge.
Like, I'm already getting lost on a Starfarer. I can't even imagine going aboard one of those.
To be fair, that's because the Starfarer is poorly designed.
Definitely. So anyway, that's the Vandal. We saw a little glimpse of a side shot. We've been sort of working on continuing to refine the Vandal. So do you want to talk a little bit about?
We're currently working not just on the ships, but we're also working on the Vandal themselves. So we're going to throw up some images, and we're just going to talk about the process, a little bit the lore as well. So the first one you're going to see here is one of a Vandal warriors. And so there's some interesting lore with the armor that's going to happen with a Vandal, where some of them wear more or less, but it's not in the typical way that you would think.
Yeah, one of the ideas that we were thinking is that kind of newer, more green Vandal warriors would be out there with a lot of protection. And then kind of as they earn their stripes, it shows their bravery to kind of go into battle naked in that kind of warrior fashion. So when you see like a Vandal who's not armored, you know he's been in combat for a really long time and kind of has mad chops in order to be able to survive that long. The braver they are, the less armor they wear.
Right, so what you're seeing on screen right now, because he's so armored up, is one of the
lore
younger or
guy
more green
is, yes.
versions.
I don't know about the other one. I think
Yeah,
you
I
both
think
are.
we're also talking about sort of fusing.
At least two of the
one
three.
of the concepts of the Vandal is that they're
Cringes and
built
Con
to pain the way that we
23.
do.
Right.
And also they're able to sort of survive in vacuum in a way that a human.
Yeah, they don't need to wear a
to.
traditional like spacesuit at all. They go out there from armor into atmosphere, or from space into atmosphere.
Yeah, they
without
can survive
needing-
the perils of space.
Yeah, and in fact, I think we've sort of designed this idea of they can withstand whatever they breathe, not necessarily in the oxygen, for a certain period of time in their own sort of like, whatever you want to call it, their
breathing
atmosphere.
like a camel.
And then if they were going to extend it for longer, they would maybe wear a face mask. But
Right.
Gotta
the way
love
their
that
bodies
bad
are constructed,
mic.
They don't have the same issues that we
They don't
as
have
humans.
the need for a spacesuit or anything
Extremely
like
hardy
that.
race, yeah.
Right.
It's kind of like how like whales can breathe very little bit and then stay underwater for a long time. They're the same way in space.
And so we have some more images we wanted to show. So we have some versions.
Yeah. They're both still. I forgot who this guy's name
And
is.
so we have some more images we wanted to show.
But I believe he's the head of Squad 42 still, right? Or he's a major person in Squad 42, like in terms of like the development of it. Wasn't this? No, it wasn't him.
So we have some versions of some heads. Here we have another version. So this is one of the ones that you're going to see that has a little bit
He's
less
the art director,
armor on
okay.
it. And so this armor is actually grafted into their skin. So because they can't feel pain, like you said, Chris, this armor is going to be inside of their skin in a way. So it's kind of scale-like, but it's also kind of part of their musculature and their bones and everything like that.
Yeah, really fused into them as part of who they are.
So here we see a little bit of the bioluminescence. We see a little bit of some of that ability to maintain, not oxygen, but whatever it is that they breathe. And that's kind of what that color is. And Will, you were talking with me earlier about some of the cool abilities of their language and their lore.
Yeah, as we continue to develop how they talk to each other, part of a really cool idea that we incorporated in is not only do they have their vocal speech, they also use a lot of gestures as well as their body coloring, which they can shift depending to give more nuanced meaning to what they're saying.
We actually, when we worked with Andy Serkis recording this stuff for Squadron, we came up. I mean, we had Britain who developed the Vandal language for us. We came up with both what they're going to say and also the signs, and then of course we talked about colors. So that'll all sort of come together when you play Squadron and see some of the cinematics involving.
Yeah,
Vandal.
Andy was great in helping flesh out those motions and what they meant, and Dave as well, who couldn't be here today.
Yeah.
Hi, Dave.
He's in England working. He's actually editing 3-0 Mission Giver stuff. So he's there. I would like to say in rainy England, but
again, this was a year before 3-0 was released.
It's been rainy LA today. So
Yeah, recently it's been rainy here as
we're very England-like today. He's
Outlander, a film CR produced, has an alien that body changed color depending on mood. And you know who was helping out on Outlander? This guy named Dave Haddock, who just happens to be the lead writer for Squadron 42 and Star Citizen. Funny that.
He's been working, and we'll have that all wrapped up by in the next few, early next week. So then he'll be back in hopefully sunny LA by then.
Awesome. As one of the things you guys just saw as well is we had one with a kind of a spear, exploring some of their weapons, how they're going to attack. We've also been exploring, as we get out of the concept 2D phase into the 3D phase, is what you're seeing right here. So more of the armor being grafted into the skin and trying to do some, I guess you could say, maquettes or sculptures that are going to show kind of the pose and the attitude of the character as well. So now that we're getting into 3D, it's nice to be able to start to flesh out that character a little bit further with all the things that we're talking about.
Yeah, and it's a kind of refinement, right? Because we already
absolutely.
we had a version and we already had it in the engine, but we sort of slowly being like, okay, let's add a bit more to this. Let's flesh them out. Let's work in some of their sort of lore and history and play
and
around.
It's ongoing. So we're even right now, one of our artists that we've had work on a lot of things, James Koo, is working on the Vandal. He just started recently, so we're continuing to push it, continuing to iterate on it, and make it the coolest.
Like everything.
Yeah, like everything.
We
Just
keep making it better. We try to make it
better.
push it and push it and push it.
Yeah, and get that expression and emotion in the face too, because they're not just monsters, they're thinking creatures. They build these complicated spaceships. They have a lot going on. And we performance captured some awesome performances, so making sure that...
Yeah, that needs to come through.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And do we have any more? Or
I don't know. I know we had one video of a turnaround, but I don't know. Maybe we'll release that later. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I'm looking forward to continuing to work on it. I think the video is popping up right now. So again, kind of just showing the pose of the character and kind of getting into what they're going to look like without any of the stuff on them first before we layer all that other stuff.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. So it's also one of the aspects that like you were saying, we're working on the different weapons.
Yeah.
The idea is obviously that the Vandal, they're a race that essentially are about combat and war, and they're a very martial race. And so they sort of take the rite of passage and fighting very importantly. And in some ways, maybe hand-to-hand combat for them is sort of the ultimate, you're almost a wimp if you're using
That's where you get to show yourself off,
and so that's
right?
kind of why we have these weapons that can sort of double both as a sort of energy projectile weapon, but also as a melee weapon. And in some cases, depending on what's happened, you potentially will get, the Vandal, they'll behave very differently than, say, fighting, humans, right? If you're fighting outlaws, a pirate,
thank you, Silverkazi.
Different than the way the Vandal will fight.
Welcome to Cringemas. Merry Cringemas.
And, we have some really cool backstory for the Vandal that we're, not necessarily revealing all of it here. I don't know if you were going to say something.
No, I was just teasing that I was going to give away the whole entire secret backstory. But no. They're kind of, what humanity knows about them is kind of, mysterious. They attacked us 250 years ago in Orion and wiped us out, and they've been pushing through our systems, and this idea of them, like, kind of stealing.
Is the backdrop in the studio IRL Hong Kong, or is it's fictional? I think it's
resources.
It's I want to say it's Terra.
From these colonized worlds, and just grabbing this material to forge into themselves, to forge onto their kind of skeletal frameworks of ships and build them up and keep growing is kind of collecting. And what makes them so hard is that they don't have a unified government as far as we've been able to find out. We've been experiencing all these different separate clans. So even if you destroy one or attack one, it doesn't affect all of them. So
yeah, and I think the thing to remember is, Squadron, the storyline's so big that, it's a trilogy, basically. It's like one of the Star Wars trilogies, or name the other various things that have, Lord of the Rings or whatever. And so we actually have an overall story mapped out, and a lot of, beyond episode 1, episode 2, and episode 3 is sort of getting more to the heart of the mystery and understanding a bit of the Vandal and kind of a bit of their makeup and maybe where they've come from, and we sort of going back into what's happened maybe a long time ago in this universe, and exploring some kind of what you would call maybe precursor aspects of Star Citizen, the universe. So I think that'll be kind of a cool journey to take with Vandal. So anyway, thought you'd like to see a little
coming
bit
at the
of
end of
stuff.
the cringe. We only have about 6 minutes left.
We showed a little bit because the drill is there, and we haven't really shown the big Vandal ships yet, so it was actually kind of great to sort of show you where we are. And of course, they're continuing on development and will be bigger and better, but it's a very distinct and different look than the human ones, and I think that's great. And we're going to have the same with the Jean ships, and you've seen a little bit of it with the Tavaran Prowler, where each one of the races has a personality, and as Star Citizen fleshes out, I think that's going to be really cool. I mean, there's a lot of work to be done, so we're kind of starting on the smaller aspect of it, but when it's all done, it'll be really cool. Anyway, we'll be learning more about the Vandal as Squadron 42's development progresses, and we'll be telling you more and showing you more as we go. But for now, that brings us to the end of our show, and to one last special message from our team. Happy
Aw.
Happy holidays from Austin! Happy holidays from Frankfurt!
Joyeux Noël, let's reload.
Happy holidays!
Shit
How
happens.
big our Star Citizen family has become.
Ah, it's not over yet. Oh, I love it.
Across the globe, keep going.
Oh. Oh, it's so bad.
Yes, we do. And new citizens keep joining to support the project, which is very cool.
Yeah, and we definitely could not do this without all of you guys. You know, developers helping us out, making the game, and the backers supporting us, giving us the feedback, you know, supporting financially, but also giving feedback on the gameplay and testing the game for us. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you very much. And I don't think we would want to do it without all of our guys here and
Fucking it up even at the end.
in every part of the globe.
Yes. So, happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
To you guys, and we'll see you in 2947.
There we go. No, I don't want more. I've had enough, CIG. I've had enough. Oh yeah, this is a very old video. I've had enough. I've had enough. Whoop, whoop. That's Skype message. Two game modes. Two maps. Yes, it's got so much bigger. Is it over? Is it finally over? It's still got 2 minutes left. Oh my god, I forgot. The bag. And that ending. Oh, we're going again. We're just going again. Paul, I'll tell you where the money is. Just stop. Merry Cringemas to one and all.
A lot of content.
Nope. Merry Cringemas. Happy Cringemas, ladies and gentlemen. Did Elite Dangerous have it? Yes, that is the end of it. So this was just as a fun little thing to do, to go through it and laugh and drink. So we'll do it again next year if y'all want us to do it again next year. But next year I'll actually bring in other content creators and so we can sit here and talk about it. See, the problem about it is that the first hour and a half is garbage, and it's great, wonderful garbage. Errors everywhere, audio problems, mistransitions. It's and then like you get to Tyler and Jared, who are professionals, and save that middle part. As like there's still some audio issues here and there, but it's actually interesting. But it gets to the point where it's like, it's not as engaging towards the end of that middle part. And then it comes back up and becomes more, it's just like, it just stretches on. So we don't get a content strike? Well, since CIG decides to take a content hiatus in July, I believe it's a perfect time to do Cringemas in July, when CIG is like, we're gonna let everyone take their vacations. So, the beginning is glorious. So give you some more Cringemas.
Low_Deb just gifted 5 subs.
Thank you so much for that 5 subs there. Lotep, you're a very important public, very impressive Mr. Vanity pedestrian. You rock. You should invite Jared to be on the show next year. When you watch it, he would be a fantastic guest to give us the back end. I'll get some more. Am I getting...
Low_Deb just gifted 5 subs.
Thank you so much for Senalaya. Well, I said Lotep again, but it's Senalaya. Thank you both. Thanks for your money. Well, I have about 50 liters of or 50 ounces of water in me and 3 beers. And 36 ounces of beer. So I'll be right back.
Sinali just gifted 5 subs. Sinali just gifted 5 subs.
I hope this year's CitizenCon will be as good as that one. That wasn't even a CitizenCon, that was a live stream. That was a holiday live stream. Now you know why CIG has never done a holiday live stream. Since then.
You can take away my spaceship.
Spaceship.
You can take away my space suit.
Suit.
You
can even take away my space lasers.
No pew-pews.
But you can never,
Never.
ever
Ever.
take away my space game.
Mukesh Mal just resubscribed for 23 months. I wish
Mook.
you a Merry Cringemas. Last Cringemas I gave you my wallet. Cringer bells, cringe all the way.
Yes. Here we go. Thank you so much, Mook. I actually have my Santa tie on. But I have to get a hat and have stuff for next year. Wasn't there like some Twitch hosting issues prior to the actual show? There may have been. But like it was bad. So yes, I feel like this is an important thing to watch. I know Tyler was on and be like, I just think freaking haunts me, but I'm gonna defend myself in a rational, logical way. It's funny, it's hilarious, and it proves how much CIG has grown. CIG is so much better than they were in 2016 in terms of this sort of content, and it's great. But yeah, this was so bad, they stopped the tradition. They've never done a holiday live stream since then. I challenged them to do it, but they won't. They won't. I think I have the... I don't have my holiday stuff up. That was a heck of an exit to get out of dancing. Oh, I didn't just realize that had happened again. We need a new one each year. All right, y'all. I think I'm going to wrap this up. Hopefully you enjoyed your Cringemas, your Cringemas in July. Have a happy Cringemas and a solid new beer. I'll be back on Thursday for some actual content just to study because CIG is now releasing their the next ISC, and it's going to be on the early prototypes of Hole Munching, so it'll be interesting to watch that. And then we'll be back with Captain's Table on Saturday. We'll see if I do anything on Friday or Sunday, but I will also definitely be finishing up the Wednesday I was going to be doing pub and plays, but I don't know if I can do pub and plays this Wednesday just because I'm kind of behind stuff. I need to kind of do some stuff before next week, because next week I believe is the first week I'm going back to, either next week or the week after that is the first week I go back to work, so I need to kind of start getting myself into the use of that. But yes, I'll see you later this week. Thank you so much for hanging out. Love your faces. And like I say every time, hope to see you someday in the black. Oh, Mr. Goldember did that. CR, what's the best thing we have to show? Vandal ship flying by. And what else? Oh, just that. Show it 3 times. Find something to raid. Let's let